Isla and
What?
Gabby are hanging out.
Boy, are we.
Join them on twitch.tv
Ah!
/easy allies.
Hi, everybody.
I don't remember what I decided my emoji was.
That represents you?
Yeah.
If I had to pick a representative emoji,
Yeah, chat, what's my emoji?
which emojis represent us, chat?
You're either the island or the flower.
Aw.
Yeah, that's what I always have you as. Either that flower
Aw.
or
What kind of flower is that? Because
Um,
hibiscus makes me drunk.
I don't know what it is.
So if it's a hibiscus,
Or I use that.
a Jamaican
Fuck.
flag. Oh.
Wait, where'd it go? The island.
Oh yeah.
What's my
name
emoji?
does mean island.
Exactly. No, this isn't. We've done this before. So this
Have
is the first
we?
all good. Yeah,
Have
we did it once before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it left a lasting impression. We hang out all the time. I can't parse the difference.
I see you so much at work. Well, I never see anyone outside of work.
Yeah. We've ceased hanging out since we started working together,
Well,
honestly.
it's because I don't have time. I see you more than I see my roommates.
That's because I go and stand in the corner of her bedroom at
Yeah,
night and
yeah.
I'm just like some kind of geist. I have to finish my drink and then go get a water and then put my
emoji, chat?
Invisalign back in.
Damiani's the cat.
Is there a jump scare emoji? Laugh react for sure. Ooh, that freaky moon, I like that.
Ooh, Bromunculus. I like that one. I don't know if I don't know what that is. It must be some weird
Yeah, I don't know
moon
what that
emoji.
It's like the cool moon.
Damiani's a cat.
Of course.
Huber's a dog.
Of course.
Brad is a fox or a raccoon.
I don't know why, but yes.
Right?
Yeah, is there a synth emoji? I don't think there is a synth.
I think there is actually. Or there's like a piano.
I don't need braces. I have braces. I'm using Invisalign currently. I'm on aligner 3 of 17. Okay, piano.
Yeah.
I'm on aligner 3 out of 17. I should be done in January.
Wow, that's so fast.
7 months. I'm done with this now. I'm going to get a bottle of water. You want anything?
I got my water.
Ooh.
Isla needs braces. It's an anagram of Lisa.
What?
It's an anagram of Lisa.
Yeah.
Isla needs braces.
Oh, do they say that in The Simpsons for Lisa?
mhm.
Oh. I didn't remember that the green room was locked. So
Oh wait, there is a synth emoji. The knobs.
Oh, knobs! Check it out, chat. I got this gay chrome.
Whoa.
It's out of focus. I got. It's gay. Chrome bags keychain. And it says gay's okay.
Oh, I love that.
But it has like rainbow. Is that coming through? It has like rainbow color.
Oh, it's like I don't know what that's called. But
Focus again.
RF, no, it's not because you and Jesse called Brad attractive in the Discord. It's because he has a big square head. You can really see my tan line. Oh no! You can really see my tan line on the camera. I'm just gonna give myself a flower for now. Yeah, chat, help us decide what everyone's emojis are. Did you already go down?
Oh, I just went to the...
Oh!
I just went into the green room. Why do you keep saying that I need braces? Fuck off!
It's because it's for The Simpsons.
Oh yeah, right.
And I was an anagram with Lisa.
Lisa.
Wait, okay. Bloodworth is a giraffe.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn.
We just got really blue. Because I'm so pale, the camera just white corrected itself. What the fuck? No chill, camera, come on. Should I do this on camera?
What?
Put my liners in?
If you want.
Fuck it.
Dawn is... I feel like Dawn's a parrot or something. Is there a parrot?
Well, a horse is a good call because of the busted trifecta.
That's true, and he loves horse racing.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. Okay. Horse. Damiani's a cat. Isla's a flower or the island. Brad is a fox. Huber's the dog. And then I don't know what I am.
You could be like a... Is there like a little squiggle?
Yeah, actually. There
Like
is.
a stressed out little squiggle.
Totally going mouth into that like squiggly little anime line.
Yeah, the anime line squiggle. Why are we so blue?
Oh yeah, Jones. What is Jones?
A cowboy hat.
Yeah, Jones is a cowboy hat.
Or a microphone, sure.
Oh my god, my tan line is so bad!
It's a gradient. It's an ombre.
No, Blood's a giraffe. Blood should be an owl. That's also a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. We're white balancing, chat. Get used to it.
This isn't white.
Whiter than me. Only just. Why is it not working? It's on full auto, that's why.
I've actually only ever had one sunburn in my life, and I was quite young. So I don't remember how it feels.
White balance is being weird. There we go, that's better.
You look healthier now.
Yeah, well, it was a sickly blue moments ago.
Yeah. What is this? Oppenheimer?
I loved it.
I haven't seen it.
It's good.
I was gonna go see both of the. Did you hear about this saga? So, I was like, Huber, do you want to go see? I don't like steak, swordfish. I was like, Huber, do you want to go see Barbenheimer? Like in one day, and he was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And then like 2 weeks later, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go see Oppenheimer with my dad.
Yeah.
And I was like, you said you would go. I was like, that's fun, but you remember saying you would go see it with me. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine.
This
go see it with your
is
dad.
all very classic Huber.
Yeah, exactly. And he was like,
Swordfish
Oh.
Kid.
where?
She's up there.
Oh, up
She
there.
said just white balance on Isla.
That was the problem.
Yeah, it literally auto white balanced because I got in the shot. Yeah, I gotta post that thing. Continue your story.
I was like, yeah, you said you would see it on the same day with me, and he was like, he was like, what? Like, no, that's too much. And I was like, you literally said you would. He was like, no, that's too much. I was probably just like really hyped. I was like, okay, fine. So then some of our, like a group of our neighborhood girlies bought tickets. But I was away at the time. It was bad timing. So I didn't get tickets, and it was also like, oh, well, Huber said he would go see Barbie with me.
Yeah.
Then we were redesigning my friend's dating profile.
Yeah.
I invited you to that, but you were busy.
Yeah.
And I was like, Huber, come to that. And he was like, oh yeah, that sounds fun. And he was like, actually, I'm going to see Barbie with my mom. So no, I haven't seen either.
yes, these are all things that happen.
So I continue to have never seen a movie.
But now we can have the most insane and epic Gabby's never seen of all time in like 6 months.
Whoa.
When those are both available on video.
On streaming.
And then we watch Barbie and Oppenheimer in one go. And it would honestly be quite a lot.
I was telling my therapist about having not seen Barbie. And
Not seen?
about not seeing.
There's a Nazi Barbie?
And she was like, "Oh, I almost said, oh, I'll go see it with you." She was like,
The
"We
dream,
can't do
dude.
that. We can't."
The dream. They're like,
Oh my God, Baton! Yes. Is it not enough to see a face? It's huge, but yeah, is it not enough to see a beautiful face? Huge. Oh my God, the best tweet.
I avoid the sun generally. Do you like the sun?
Yeah, love it.
All 7 hours of Barbie. I do though. When I go back outside from being in here, I do love the heat.
Yeah, it feels
like
nice.
I love to bake in the sun for a moment.
I love that feeling.
Yeah.
That's the best. When you're in a freezing office and then you go outside and you get to appreciate the heat.
Fair point, Rep. You could see it with my hot therapist. Chat's words, not mine.
Avoiding the ultraviolet rays is important. Yeah, that's true. For sunscreen. But truly,
have
I will
several
tan if I
sun
go
hats,
outside
actually.
for 5 seconds, so.
I have a few hats.
Like, this atrocious tan
I don't love hats, though.
is from being in the sun for like 10 minutes.
You say it's atrocious. It's fine.
But look, it doesn't look bad in person, but look at it on camera.
It looks fine. I don't really have a tan line. I did have a tan line here, but it's kind of gone. Oh, you can sort of see it. I'm blown out because I'm so pale.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out, chat. This is it.
Do we play Wordle or something?
Uh,
Let's do a crossword.
a crossword?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sophia does obsess over tan lines. She says it's barely noticeable. I have to post a thing.
Okay. We don't have access to the computer. So I guess we're just hanging out.
This computer?
Well, no, we don't we need the whole laptop and shit up?
No,
Or-
no.
I'm sorry.
I just have to bring the keyboard over here,
Okay.
which we can do.
Wait, we got a nice message from Dark Clouds. Did you read this? During your thing yesterday? Eleanor, Isla, and Huber not really been watching much lately, but just wanted you guys to know I am a forever sub and Patreon. Whatever the weather.
Thank you.
From Darkened Clouds.
Oh, down there.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's a beautiful message.
Thank you, Darkened Clouds. I did not see that.
We have... chat, I want to try to set... Oh, Gabby, what's the best summer vacation trip you had when you were a kid?
We should play Killer Frequency at some point.
Well, I didn't go on a lot of vacations as a kid. We went to Cape Cod every year, and sometimes Plum Island. And my grandfather is from Maine, so we would also go to Maine. But I mostly did summer camp as a child. I'm trying to remember.
How do you do a co-post with somebody
For what?
on Instagram?
No clue. You probably just add them to your post. I can't eat seafood, Zorba. I'm allergic. I like fish, but I can't eat,
Oh, invite collaborators.
Oh, I see. I love Maine. I went to summer camp in Maine. My grandfather was a lobster fisherman in Maine, so we went to the lobster festival every year when I was a child. I'm trying to look up what the area was. I know he used to live in Rockland.
Rockland.
Penobscot. Near Bangor. Bangor? Is it Bangor or Bangor? Obviously, I've been to Bar Harbor.
Bahaba.
Yeah, the lobster rolls are the best.
Why?
Though I can't eat them anymore. Is Rockland on Penobscot Bay? I think it is.
Penobscot Bay.
Penobscot? Penobscot?
Penobscot.
Pen-
It's Bangor.
I can't say Penobscot in a not
Penobscot.
Boston or not like New England accent. Penobscot.
Who's playing Baldur's Gate 3?
Oh yeah, it is on Penobscot Bay. Okay.
Several people.
I hope I get that code. Am I allowed to say that?
What day is it?
Brad just tweeted about playing it.
Okay, then yes, we've all been playing it. Well, me and Brad and Huber maybe. I don't know. Huber might be waiting. We've had it for a little bit. We weren't allowed to say. Does Bud leave a list of words to that? We all constantly have a list of like 3 to 7 things we're not allowed to talk about.
Oh, I forgot, because
At
Frame
all
Trap also
times.
posted this morning.
Oh yeah, Frame Trap posted.
Make sure you
I
post.
thought that was your cup that you just threw onto the cup.
Spike going up onto the cup.
Yeah, there's it had an embargo for the real release. It's been in early access, but we had to not talk about the real deal.
Earl-ack.
It's been an Earl-ack.
That's what we call it in the biz,
Yeah,
Earl-ack.
it's been in an Earl-ack.
Because we gotta save those seconds, you know?
Yeah.
Takes too long to say early access. You gotta say Earl-ack.
Speak in abbreviations
Hashtag
because
Earl-ack.
real life conversation moves too slow. Death grips. Gotta go blow my nose. Love you.
So, RF, I look going to Cardi B Gabby with her mic. Oh. I never been to Bangor. My grandpa used to live in Rockland and then moved to... My summer camp was called... What's the town they go to in Wet Hot American Summer when they have their day off? That's where my summer camp is.
Oh, funny. It's the opposite of their camp. Your camp is where they go into town.
It was that was the big town outside of our camp.
Oh. So you literally went to Wet Hot American Summer?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's awesome. Was it the same, did they film in the same camp?
No.
The London thing has not been spoken. That is still under embargo. But I'm very excited about it.
Bangor Kier 92
Had a small little thing.
Watermelon.
What's wrong with that? You said to say it's oh. I just posted that we got married.
Oh.
And we've been going back and forth on how to phrase it. And I added, had a small little thing.
Oh.
And Sophia doesn't like that. Should I change it? I'll change it. I'll say, had an intimate ceremony with a few close family members and friends.
First time chatter Zayas Middle with a banger. Who is Baldur and why should I care about his games?
I actually am not sure. I assume he was some kind of old king or something.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good. Because Baldur is in
the city is built around. I think they put a gate there for some reason, and the city just built up around it. But I'm actually not sure. Baldur's Gate is a city in D&D lore, but I actually don't know who Baldur was or why they built the gate.
I'm reading this book where there's all this lore surrounding this unopenable door
Oh my god.
in the middle of this city.
In Baldur's Gate?
No.
Or in real life?
In the book I'm reading.
Oh. Just blast it.
Kier 92 is actually Baldur's Gate, and it's the way he walks.
I love that.
Oh my god.
My gate is 0.73 meters. Did you
What?
know?
0.73 meters?
It's a little less than a meter. We, in archaeology class in college, we measured our gate so that we could rough out measurements without measuring tools. So I knew that my gate is 0.73 or 0.76? 0.73, I think. And so I would just count steps and then multiply it by that number or whatever.
That's cool.
And then you'd be like, okay, it's this many meters.
It's so ancient.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh.
I enjoyed doing that.
So, wait, 0.73? Isn't that like a foot?
No. A meter is like 3
feet.
feet-ish.
So your gate
My gate is
less
like...
than a foot long?
No. If this is 0.1...
Oh, I'm sorry.
If this is
I'm
1
sorry.
meter...
Yeah.
Well, this would be... If this is 1 meter...
0.73 is almost 3 feet.
is that, yeah.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it'd be almost 3 feet.
I was confused.
Yes. Announcing...
Sorry.
Sophia and I got married. Officially. Swordfish kiss. In chat. It was a few weeks ago. It was a small little thing.
Wait, it was last week. It wasn't a few weeks ago.
No, it was 2.5 weeks ago. It was not this weekend, but the weekend... It was 3 weekends ago.
Oh, it's Thursday. Yeah. I thought it was Tuesday, which I feel like would make it kind of a week ago.
No, because this last weekend I was here. The weekend before that, I was at a family reunion and then my 20-year high school reunion.
Oh, you're
And it was the
right.
week
Of
before that.
course, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, we shared that image. That's what we're sharing from this. Just keeping it a kind of our little thing,
Low
you know,
key, yeah.
private. Because not everything is for, you know, mass dissemination.
Yeah.
I feel. Yeah.
Congrats to a fellow swordfish. That's
Oh,
cute.
that's cute. Yeah. So thank you.
You got married? Ew! Wait, I made this might not translate, but when my friend Noah, we
just start speaking Greek. It's like,
안녕하세요.
yeah. It's not translating.
Congrats on being married, but cringe. That's funny.
I like to joke, because Sophia's mom was staying with us for like 3 weeks, whatever, and I like to joke that I don't understand. Like we were driving and I saw a man and a woman holding hands, and I would just be like, a man and a woman holding hands? Why are they holding hands? What are they doing? You know, like I joked to her mom like I don't understand heterosexuality.
Oh, so were you doing my friend Noah's dating profile?
Wait, is this the thing that won't translate?
Maybe. As a joke, as a funny joke
Yeah.
I made. So, she was like, okay guys, like, I'm ready to be dragged, but also I'm really sensitive, so like, be nice to me. And we like, put it up on my screen, and the second it came up, I just shouted, ew! Like, there weren't even pictures of her. It was just like the smallest images of like remaking her profile, and I just screamed. This is like one of my dearest friends who I've known since I was 5.
It was so interesting because I was so afraid to go to my heterosexuality's fine, but they shouldn't force it down our throats. Agreed. I was so afraid to go to my family reunion and then my high school reunion because I thought, like, okay, you know, people are gonna be sketch. It's gonna be weird. I'm gonna whatever. They're gonna like dead name me and shit. Kind of had the opposite thing happen where like it was shockingly fine. Everybody was chill. My high school reunion actually like really upped my confidence because like many of the people didn't even notice or like didn't even recognize me.
Didn't notice.
Well, there was a funny thing. I can get to that, but like some people didn't recognize me.
Yeah.
And one thing, one girl was there at it was kind of at like a bar and grill, whatever, and her mom came just because I think, I don't know, whatever. And this mom was talking to me and my friend, who's a guy, a cis guy, and this mom, like, this is the only thing that approached weirdness that happened, and it actually was kind of interesting. She was like, yeah, I heard that there is somebody who used to be a girl and is now a guy, or used to be a guy and is now a girl here. Is there somebody like that here? And we both kind of were just like,
like, what do we say?
But then she turns, and it was just the three of us, like, outside. She was, like, smoking or something and just kind of came up to us, because he and I were talking. And
was this a person who went to school?
This is a person who went to school's
mother. Okay, yeah,
who was at the reunion also for some reason. And then, so she was like, I heard there's somebody like that here. And then she turns to my friend Brandon and says, is that you? And then he was just like, no, not me, you know. And then he didn't say anything else, you know. And she was like, oh, well, my daughter said that there was somebody like that here, and that they had long brown hair, so I thought maybe that was you. And he has like, it's like
your hair isn't brown.
Oh, I know, and his hair isn't either. It's like down to here-ish, you know, and he has it like kind of swept back.
Yeah.
But it's like graying, you know. It's like mostly gray and like it's brown but gray, you know. I would say graying, not brown as the color. And like and then like and she was looking for, and then she just kept saying, well, it's weird. I don't know anyone like that. It's weird, but I don't know, you know. And then she goes, yeah, but I don't know, maybe there's somebody like that here. And I'm like, well, it's me, you know. And then she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, but you just look like a girl. And I was like, thank you so much. like that really means a lot to me.
Filing that one away.
Yeah, I know. I was like, keep this. And then and then she kept saying, I don't remember exactly what she said, but she was just like, the takeaway was basically like, she doesn't know anybody like that. She always thought it was kind of strange, but like, what does she know, you know? And I was like, yeah, I think it's mostly just an exposure thing.
Yeah.
Like, we're just like everybody else. It's just people don't know any.
That probably changed her life.
No, and that's what my friend said as we were leaving. He's like, I think you changed that woman's worldview. And I was like, maybe. She helped mine. Yeah, I passed the boomer test. Like, I was just like, holy shit, okay. Like, well, and when I walked in to the reunion, I came in with my friend. And like, he walked in, and then I was behind him, and like, there were like eight women from my class already in there, you know? Like, we arrived pretty much on time. And half of them didn't recognize me at all, and they just thought I was like some chick he was banging.
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, this is interesting. Like, this is really fun. It was very interesting to not be and I recognized them, you know?
Yeah.
It was fucking great. It was really great. Woo! There it is. Oh, good catch. Anyways, so that was an interesting experience. But it was nice that it wasn't as scary as I thought it would be.
Yeah. You were pleasantly surprised.
Pleasantly surprised. Well, it was funny because after the family reunion, my sister and I were like, I think we literally said, I am shocked at how well that went, you know? And then as we were leaving the high school reunion, I says to my friend, I says, hey, that went pretty well. And he goes, I'm shocked at how well that went. So it's like literally the same phrasing. Yeah, it was great. Yeah. Have you ever gone to a reunion?
Never in my life.
Yeah, it was really interesting because it was like the half of the class that I actually didn't know as well as the half I hung out with. And there was only like 74 of us in my class, right? I came, it's a very small town. And it was like half-ish of the class. And it was just so great to get to know people better that I only knew on kind of a superficial level in high school.
Yeah.
It was just really interesting. This one girl thought I hated her because her boyfriend at the time told her I hated her because she had cats. And I'm like... I'm just super allergic to cats. I never didn't like
that.
you. We're chill. I'm sorry that you felt that way. No. But yeah.
We've only had one reunion.
Yeah. I think they tried to do a 10 and a 15, but just nobody cared. It was like two people just got together and were like, hey.
You know why? Because we did have a 5-year, but then my 10 year is 2021. So no one could go. Yeah. I feel like I would rather die, low-key, because I'm still friends with most of the people I was friends with in high school.
Yeah.
And we were really close as a grade, which was nice. And, like, I perceive a lot of the kids I went to school with as, like, cousins, because many of them I went to school with since I was 5 years old.
Okay. The 20-year was interesting because it was just, like... That feels like 5 is just too soon. 10,
yeah, exactly. You're not even out of college.
Also, yeah, 10 is like also I think maybe too soon, but 20 was just like you've had a life. Like you've had more life since I saw you than you had when we were together in high school, right? So it's like more has happened to you than had happened to that point. And so to me that was really interesting.
Right, you've been out of school more time
longer than you'd been alive when we hung out back in high school. And it's just like that was super interesting. I fully get like not wanting to go. I kind of wanted to go just to see what would happen cuz it's like I'm fairly different now. But yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was really interesting. But yeah, our school was interesting cuz like we didn't have... I guess I realized some of my, like, assumptions from that age were wrong. Like, or were, like... I didn't, like, realize my own privilege, kind of, basically, like, comparatively. And, like, it was kind of just interesting to, like, talk to people and, like, see how they were doing and all that kind of stuff. It was really cool. I don't know.
Yeah, all my dearest friends from high school I still talk to. Game played.
I do too. Well, and like I only had a few friends in my actual grade. I had a lot of friends above and below my grade.
Yeah, I had some friends like below my grade, not too many above.
Because our high school was all mixed together. Like it was 300 people total, and like the lockers were just in the middle, in the only part of the school that had windows. And yeah, our school is underground mostly. It's a very odd building, except for now they have a giant performing arts center with windows off the front of the building. It's kind of hilarious because it's like this dark gray, hideous, like under a hill, just kind of like wretched thing, and then this beautiful light brick like goiter coming off the front of it, and I'm just like, you little bastards.
I know. The improvements they make to your school,
oh my god,
to one's school after you leave are always devastating.
My fucking university, I loved the theater school when I went to DePaul University, but
keep going, MXA. I'm gonna read that. Tell your story, and then I'm gonna read what MXA just said because that's insane.
Holy shit!
I don't think I can go to my reunion. My high school got shut down due to a mafia embezzlement scandal.
That's marvelous.
I need to know more.
My college wasn't underground. My high school was, like, it was built in, like, the 70s or whatever, where they just, like, built shit into hills.
Yeah, it's
because they were like, this is cool.
Yeah, yeah.
It was, like, to save on heating and cooling, because where I grew up, it gets insanely cold.
Also, so it's like a built-in tornado shelter.
Also, it literally is a built-in tornado shelter. Like, a tornado could probably just run over the school and it'd be fine. Like, not joking. Yeah, but my college, the theater school that I went to at DePaul University for the first 2 years of college was this incredible old series of buildings that had been like stitched into one building. Wow. So like to get to like my voice class, you would have to go like up 3 flights of stairs, down a half flight, through a hallway that like changed looks completely, and then up another half flight, and then you were there. And it's like, so it's like you went through 3 separate buildings.
Yeah.
But it was all one building. It was like a maze in there. But now they have this like gorgeous state-of-the-art like pristine new theater school building, and I'm just like, you bastards. Like, what happened? But hey, more power to you. But yeah.
If you want to see what my high school looked like, Google Hunter College High School. It's it literally looks like a castle.
Whoa.
Yeah, because it was an old armory.
Mine is St. Croix Falls High School, St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin. It is ridiculous looking. I drove by it the day of the reunion, is why I saw that giant new building, and I was like, whoa. Which is kind of a bummer though, because we used to do all of our plays down at the theater downtown, which is this historic old building. But it's been like trying to be refurbished for like 15 years now, and they just don't have any money. So it's just like dead. But like my name is probably scratched in the wall of that theater somewhere like a couple of times.
Oh my god, what was I? Oh, all of my high school anxiety dreams. So all of the staircases went from the basement all the way up to the 4th floor. Except for one.
My school didn't have floors. But yes.
It was just 1 floor?
Yeah.
I
guess, yeah, it had one.
Except for one of the staircases, which didn't go to the basement. It only went from the 1st floor to the 4th floor. So, the only fame my high school has is the Taylor Swift auditorium, because she went there for a year or 2. Holy shit.
That's so funny.
The wiki for my high school. So, all my dreams are I cannot figure out, or not all of them, but
all her dreams.
Often my my anxiety dream, my high school anxiety dreams are I can't figure out how to get to the floor that I'm trying to get to.
Oh.
And I'm like, I walk up this, and I'm like tired from walking up and down stairs over and over.
Due to low funds at MXA Ghost High School, the admin got intertwined with the mafia, which led them to get money from an illegal gambling operation.
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
Wait, MXA Ghost, can we know what, like, where that was?
You don't have to disclose that.
But, like, what state? Or country?
Mafia's everywhere. The,
It sounds like a sick podcast.
Yeah. High School Mafia. That's so funny.
My schooling was wild. I had an insane experience.
I remember
I met Stephen Sondheim.
Whoa, that's dope.
Soulja Boy came and performed. Lin-Manuel Miranda went there and taught there.
That's too bad.
That's too bad.
Do you remember, have you ever seen The Sixth Sense?
No.
God damn it! There's a shot where he's at a school or like a hospital or something, and there's a staircase, and it has that like skylight, but with the like wire mesh in the glass. You know, the like frosted glass with wire mesh that like some schools had that were built in a certain time period. And there are people hanging from it. That the kid who can see ghosts, he sees them like they're hung from it. And so anytime,
like, from a noose?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like anytime we would go, because like during marching band or whatever, we would stay in other people's schools overnight, right? And like we would explore the schools, because it's like, why wouldn't you? And like any school with stairs always freaked me out because I wasn't used to that. And like these old buildings with staircases, and they had those windows, and it was nighttime. So I always thought about that scene. Where I would always like look up and expect to see bodies like hanging there.
God.
Terrifying. Yeah, Gabby's never seen it.
Yeah.
Dude, I am fucking so thrilled that Only Murders in the Building comes back in like 5 days. I had assumed, like, it was so funny because Sophia told me it was coming back, and like literally the day before she told me that, I had assumed that the strikes would have fucked it up, and I was like, man, I'm gonna have to wait for years for that.
What
you know?
a surprise!
I'm just like, I'm buzzing. I'm like so happy about it. There's a lot of good TV happening right now, honestly. Like, what we do in the shadows, After Party.
Because it all got produced by
Good Omens 2.
Just wait for the editors to go on strike, and then we'll really.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was like, man, if everybody's gonna do it.
I'm trying to think if I have any other crazy stories.
Yeah, my high school didn't have stairs either.
There was a kid.
I guess
in the
it does now because that art building is 2 or 3 stories, fuckers.
There was a kid in the grade below me, who was a paparazzo in high school.
That's crazy.
So and there's photos of him crashing
truth.
into Nicole Kidman on his bike, like trying to get pictures of her, and then he got kicked out of the school because they found drugs in his locker.
Yeah, our flag means that one's getting hit probably by strikes.
Oh, one time,
Love that
the
show.
entire grade above us all came to school wearing shirts with a picture of this one kid, and then just the phrase, "on what grounds?" Because he came into class late, and then he was, like, fumbling and, like, freaking out, and, like, papers were flying everywhere, and he's, like, trying to get into his seat, and my teacher, or the teacher, who was later my teacher, was like, "Please step out of the classroom, like, this is distracting, like, whatever," and he was, like, freaking out, so then the teacher got the security guard to come in and was like, "You need to, escort this gentleman out for now," whatever. And so the security guard was, like, taking him out, and the boy was screaming, "On what grounds? On what grounds?"
That is magnificent.
On what grounds?
I'm glad that it wasn't making fun of him. I was worried,
No, it was.
If everyone... Oh, okay.
But he, like... It was playful.
Right.
Yeah.
On what grounds? That's epic, dude.
On what grounds?
On what grounds? Silo, dude.
I've seen the first 2 episodes, 3
You have like
episodes?
2 or 3 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks left on Apple TV trial. Should you watch Silo or
Bad Sisters!
Severed isn't the name. Severance. Try to get Severance and Silo done. They're both fucking god tier.
Watch Bad Sisters. That is a hidden gem.
Put that third.
It's so fucking good.
I've heard that's good.
Insane performances.
Silo's incredible and Severance is incredible.
Sharon Horgan, Bono's daughter, is in it too.
The Bono?
Yeah, and she looks exactly like him.
How unfortunate.
She's beautiful.
Then she doesn't look exactly like Bono.
Well, I mean, she looks like his child.
Oh, okay, alright.
And she's an incredible actor. You didn't have any security guards?
We didn't either.
We had so many.
We did not.
One of our security guards was
Of course,
also
this was
the coach of the
pre-9/11.
basketball. Oh, right, that's true.
I mean, I was in high school when 9/11 happened.
Of course.
So maybe they have security now, but they didn't back then. It was a different time. It was like you didn't have to worry about that kind of shit. I don't know. Not where I grew up. My town's so small, dude. 2,000 people in my town. Yeah, Severance season 2 might be bored.
We might be bored. Pachinko! I feel like... Do I need to read Pachinko before I watch it?
It's a boot. Oh, you just got to the end of season 1. And... Yeah, I guess... So, don't spoil me on anything, but I guess... I had assumed season 1 was book 1, but I guess season 1 was like the first half of book 1. Is that... Simple question. Yes or no? Is that true? Did I like living in a small town? Not at the time. I was phenomenally depressed. Correct. Okay, thank you. I was phenomenally depressed as a teen, starting when puberty hit. Haha. But I actually loved my town. Like, there was a lot to love. I didn't realize how conservative parts of it were. Like, now you go back and there's TRUMP signs everywhere. But it's also, like, the art town and, like, a very liberal, like, mostly. My feeling growing up is that it was the liberal town of all the smaller towns, like, in the area. Which I think is true. But anyway, like, I miss the trees. Like, I didn't drink or do drugs or anything as a teenager. I just, like, rollerbladed and snowboarded and biked and made forts in the woods and disappeared all day into the forest, and, like, that's what we did.
Laura of the Woods.
Yeah. So, Laura
Everyone
of the Woods.
listen to Radio Rental.
Episode 4.
Episode 4.
Second half. Laura of the Woods.
The whole episode's good, I think, but that
I
story
don't
in
remember
particular.
the first story, but I don't think I've heard the first story. Yeah, nature is what I missed. And
I've
then listen
never
to my
seen that!
episode.
Super horny. Yeah, big city like NYC, especially since the Giuliani era.
Giuliani? That's funny.
Fucking Giuliani. Love it. Love it!
But yeah, like, my hometown, like, yeah, we didn't have security, we didn't have, like, any of that. There's a bike trail that goes for, like, 120 miles that used to be a train track, actually.
Wow.
There are trails, because where I grew up is where the glaciers kind of stopped, so it's really hilly and gorgeous and trees as far as the eye can see. And, like, we have a gorgeous interstate park that's on either side of the river. You could just go in there and be, like, walk around for days, you know, and, like, camping. We would go camping. Like, if we felt like camping, we would just drive 6 minutes down to the river, pick a campsite, stay there for 4 days. Like, people would, like, come to the campsite, eat and sleep, go to work, come back, you know, hang out. Like, that's just what we would just do shit like that all the time. Yeah, I've been fishing a bunch of times. Yeah, but, like, now I go back and I'm just, my heart fills up because I love the familiarity, sure, but just, like, the nature of it. Like, the trees and the air and the water and the... What wildlife? Bunch of deer, bunch of birds, owls, eagles, a lot of
I
eagles.
saw a bald eagle when I was
Yeah.
home for Christmas.
Yeah, my hometown has a shitload of them.
Crazy.
Like, there's a path in the interstate park there that is called Eagle Peak, and you go up this huge basalt formation, and from the top of it you can see, like, a big chunk of the valley, because the whole town's on a river valley, so it's like two huge hills. I think they're just tall enough to qualify as a mountain, but it's, like, not big, you know.
Yeah.
But like I would walk up and down most of the hill to go to, like, play practice or whatever. But, like, you would, from the top of that hill, you could see a bunch of, like, eagle nests. It was sick.
Are there any animals you had there that we don't have in California?
I don't know how many eagles are here.
We definitely have owls here.
We have
but you're right,
white-tailed-
I don't know if we have.
White-tailed deer up where I grew up that I've never seen in LA, but I assume are in other places of California. The problem is California is so big, it has, like, everything.
That's true.
It has, like, everything.
But you had fireflies.
Certain kind of birds. Yeah, we had fireflies.
They don't have fireflies here.
Really?
Yeah,
We had a bunch. I think fireflies are dwindling, though, right?
that is true.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Whose teeth are you talking about, Sue?
Giuliani.
Oh. It's funny, yeah, because my hometown is, like, I visited Chicago, and there were parts of it I just didn't recognize, even though I'd, like, lived there. So much had changed. And, like, I go back to my hometown, and I'm like, well, this is basically the same. This is pretty much
The
exactly.
more things change, the more they
things
stay the
stay the
same.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there are different kinds of birds. Oh, yeah, we had a shitload of bats.
Oh yeah, bats.
Different birds are in different parts of the country. There are birds here that we didn't have up there, and
Of course,
vice versa.
Of course. Saw my first hummingbird of the season today.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hummingbirds, we
Beautiful.
have them up there, but you see way more out here.
Yeah.
Fireflies, yeah.
You would not believe your eyes.
Oh, I thought they meant the theme song of the show Firefly.
Oh, never mind. We
The,
did that.
I mean, I'm sure you're right. Joel cleaned up all the fireflies. Yeah. Yeah, I remember catching fireflies as a kid. Where do they call them lightning bugs? Is that in the south? I think that's in the, like, southeast. They call them lightning bugs. We had bats, a shitload of mosquitoes.
Yeah.
We have
We don't really have mosquitoes here.
very
That's
far
nice.
fewer mosquitoes down here. Golden eagles, I'm not sure. There are owls.
In New York, we have red-tailed hawks that roost in buildings. Like,
oh, cool.
So there's a couple, like I think they mate for life. So there's
fun.
a thing. So there's a pair that became famous, like in the mid 2000s, because they were roosting like in a famous building.
Aw.
So they had names and everyone. I think there was like a camera, so you could like watch them. Yeah.
That's so cute. Yeah. Oh, but like when I go home to my whatever stepmom's house, I'll just sit and watch birds. Like she has a bunch of bird feeders and
love watching birds.
Yeah, I'll just sit and like look out the window for like an hour, just like watching birds and butterflies and squirrels and deer and shit.
Chickadees coming. And
chickadees. Well, and it's so funny because you know there's a hawk
squirrels.
around. If all the birds scatter and all the squirrels just freeze in place, and then you're just like, okay, where is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
There it is.
And then as soon as the hawk leaves, everything just comes back.
Yeah.
It's so funny. We were, I remember I was up there one time and we heard like a funny noise, and outside there was like a rooting around, and so we were like looking out the window, trying to figure out what the noise was, and because it was by the bird feeder, and I noticed like it was pitch black because it gets like actually dark up there, not like here, and I noticed a blacker outline in the darkness, and I was like, oh, there's a big fucking bear out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Just,
I was gonna say cougar or
knocking
bear.
down the bird feeder, trying to get food, and we were trying to scare it away by like knocking on the window and stuff, and it
Gotta
just
get
like,
a horn.
yeah, we got
One of them
flashlights
bear
and stuff.
horns.
But yeah, because sometimes bears will like bend the entire, because the bird feeders are like up high. She
Yeah.
usually takes them in at night. Yeah.
But bears will like truly.
Oh yeah, they'll like bend the
Yeah,
the
they
thing
will
in half.
fight to get like 5 seeds.
Yeah,
They
get
don't
just like
care.
some seeds. It's just like, what are you doing? Like, what are you up to, man?
Wait, Nerd confirms that Los Angeles is the worst mosquito city in the U.S. That cannot be true.
I read that somewhere else too, and I was like, that is patently false.
Yeah, I don't think I've gotten a mosquito bite since
I like
moving here.
barely do. Like,
yeah.
Sophia will sometimes, like, I had one that was like hanging out in my music studio while I was building it, and it like devoured her and left me completely alone. They leave me alone mostly, but like, I don't know, maybe it's just like different parts of town have mosquitoes, because like,
But in New York, like, I would get eaten alive.
Minneapolis, you will get devoured during parts of the year.
Maybe worst city if you're a mosquito.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
probably it.
But yeah, what is it? It's based on number of mosquito treatments performed by Orkin. Interesting. Mosquitoes are ready for their close-up. Los Angeles ranks #1 for 3rd consecutive year on Orkin's top mosquito cities.
So what I think that probably means is mosquito treatments. Los Angeles is fucking huge and fucking rich. So that means just most people here purchase their mosquito treatments because they can.
Ah.
But also, like, if you're living in Brentwood or living in Highland Park or living in stuff where there's, like, shade and trees and stuff, and you're rich and you have a water feature or a pool,
Yeah.
then, yeah, there are probably mosquitoes.
Still water. Yeah.
Then there are probably mosquitoes there. But, like, where we live, where it's just, like,
It's not humid.
City.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
not gonna. Yeah, for Maine it's black flies. Black flies and horse flies fucking
I hate
the
'em.
worst.
That's
Like-
like the only thing about going to like my aunt and uncle's cabin, which is like heaven on earth, beautiful place. But like sometimes you get bit by a horsefly and you're just like, ooh.
And you get that lumpy, like,
Yeah.
uneven bump. And it's so itchy.
Residential and commercial treatments. Yeah. Well, Disney would. Well, that's not LA, but Disneyland does crazy stuff to prevent bugs. Where I grew up, though, we had a thing called a mosquito magnet, which was you hook a propane tank up to it, just a little, grill tank, and it like slowly releases CO2 into a net, which is what mosquitoes are attracted
Yeah.
to, kind of like the CO2 coming off of your skin, and so it traps all the females, all the like breeding females for like an acre,
Oh.
and so then the breeding females die because they're stuck in this trap, and then the mosquitoes just kind of stop.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I chose to name 2 cities that are in Tennessee. The odds are high. Time to bet money. What?
What does that mean, Bruno?
I don't think I could name 2 cities in Tennessee.
Really?
Chattanooga and
This is a really, really famous one. More famous than Chattanooga.
Well, I just know that because it's a song.
It's famous for music.
Oh, Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did it. Before chat said
Yep.
it. But why are you talking about that, Bruno? I don't understand.
Knoxville. That's
Knoxville,
another one,
Tennessee?
so-
Yeah. Okay, so I do know cities in Tennessee. I mentioned Brentwood and Highland Park.
Oh, those are both
in
cities
LA.
in Tennessee?
Those are cities in Tennessee? That's funny. Brentwood is like the richest area of LA.
Yeah.
It's a neighborhood. Well, it's probably its own city, but like it's part of LA.
Yeah.
And
LA
Highland Park
County
is
or
like it's Highland Park is weird because it's like parts of it are super nice and super rich, and then other parts of it aren't.
Which is like most neighborhoods.
Which is
in
most
LA.
neighborhoods in LA,
But
like-
Brentwood is like exclusively.
Brentwood is exclusively Memphis. Brentwood is exclusively rich, like crazy rich.
Yeah.
Midnight Train, dude, that movie rules.
Took a midnight train.
Going anywhere.
Took a midnight train going anywhere.
Where's Grove Street? Oh, you mean the Grove? Do you mean the Grove? Because that's on 3rd Street. And Fairfax? The Grove is a place, not a street, if that's what you're talking about. The Grove is fine.
I
but
despise
yeah,
the
it's
Grove.
whatever. Brentwood's also a high-class area in Tennessee.
Whoa.
Lower than a town called Franklin, but still high-class. That's
Interesting.
funny.
Oh, it's a GTA reference. There's probably a Grove Street in GTA. That
I'm
makes
sure
sense.
they called 3rd Street Grove Street.
Yeah, probably.
If it runs east-west, they replaced 3rd Street with Grove Street. And if it's north-south, they replace Fairfax with Grove Street. Because, yeah. Like, the famous farmer's market is on 3rd and Fairfax. 3rd goes east-west, Fairfax goes north-south. And the Grove is next to the farmer's market. Like, that's where you would see, like that. You've got, if you want to cite celebrities, the Grove is a good shot to see, like,
Really?
you'll see like a
It's all
mid-level.
tourists.
Well, it's all tourists. Well,
Oh, I guess I've seen.
the Grove is a weird mix of like locals, some tourists, and like if you go to the farmers market, you're almost guaranteed to see like a Jack Quaid.
Right, a comedian that you recognize from something, or yeah.
Or like a reality star or whatever.
Yeah.
Do not go to Hollywood.
Ever. It's
Like-
not fucking worth it.
If you're going to see a movie at the Chinese theater, do that and get the fuck out. Actually, the Hollywood Museum is actually quite nice. I really
I've
love
never
it.
been.
It's right next to Mel's Diner. Like
But if
the
you're
first
going to the
one.
Hollywood Museum, just go to the Academy Museum.
Do that too. I've never actually been there.
Oh my
I need to do
God.
that. I know.
So good.
But Hollywood, like my first year in LA, I lived in Hollywood. It sucks. Like I have smelled smells.
A smelly smell that smelled smelly.
Yeah, but heretofore unidentifiable odors, like
Yeah.
brain-shatteringly awful smells
Yeah.
in Hollywood. Hollywood, like it's so sad too because you go to Hollywood and you see like confused Ohioans who
Right, who were like,
got the
"This is
wrong
Los
idea.
Angeles?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're like, because like Hollywood is famous for glamour, whatever, and it's like yeah, but that ain't Hollywood. Like
Right. Hollywood, the neighborhood is different than Hollywood,
the idea.
the idea.
Yeah, like what you're looking for, like if you wanted to go to Hollywood, the idea in LA, you'd have to go like 6 different places
Yeah.
and do like little bits of those. Like if you want quote unquote Hollywood, hit the Grove, do the Warner Studio tour, go to Santa Monica /
Universal
Venice,
Studios.
go to Universal Studios, go to Santa Monica and Venice Beach because that's like
Honestly, I think when people
The
think Hollywood,
idea.
they're thinking of like Universal City Walk
yeah,
You know?
probably. Yeah, it's like or Disneyland.
and the Grove.
Yeah, like that's the idea.
3rd Street Promenade.
Third
Did
Street
you
Promenade.
say that?
Yeah, I said Santa Monica, but yeah, 3rd Street Promenade. Hit the beach in Venice or Santa Monica.
Unless you want to
even
go
though
to the
there's kinda
BT21
gross.
store, that is in Hollywood.
Like the problem with Hollywood is like there are like buildings that are cool.
Yeah.
Surrounded by nightmare.
Yeah.
Like, Grandma's Chinese is sick. Musso and Frank's is cool. The El Capitan is cool.
Seeing
the Hollywood Museum is cool.
Seeing just the place where they shoot the Oscars, even though it's a mall.
The Kodak, the Kodak Theater. You can see stuff in there sometimes. Like, I've been in there a few times. But yeah, it's all fake. Yeah, if you want glamour high-end shops, that's Rodeo Drive.
Or the Grove.
Yeah. Yeah.
And parking is easier at the Grove.
True.
Even though I am a
big,
Grove
big
anti.
Big true. Yeah, they have a parking garage there. Parking on Rodeo Drive is not. It's although, actually, where I get my allergy shots, there's a free first hour.
Oh. When we went to go wedding
Which
dress shopping with my friend, there was, like, affordable valet.
Yeah.
But you had to go shopping for a wedding dress at Nordstrom or whatever it was.
Yeah, there's the Grove, or not the Grove, Beverly Center, which is a little west of the Grove, which is like a big mall, but it's got like Prada and shit.
Lubro, I feel like I could really upsell LA, but it's just the things that people think they're going to like are usually bad.
Yeah. What we're trying to do is sell you the correct if you're coming to LA, we're trying to give you the version that you think you're going to get. Because, like, that's my point, is, like, so many people go to Hollywood thinking they're going to get, quote-unquote, Hollywood.
Right. They think they're going to see a celebrity on the street, on the Walk of Fame.
The last place you will see a celebrity is Hollywood. Ever. Unless you, like, know a specific place in the Hollywood Hills. They live in Studio City. They live in Venice and Santa Monica. They live in Brentwood. You know, some of them live in Culver City.
And,
have we been in the big storm drain? I've roller skated next to it. I've never been in it.
What's the big storm drain?
Do you mean the LA River? Just the, like, big cement thing that the Terminator 2 happens in? Is that what you're talking about? It's a river, but it's really just a dry, piece of concrete.
Yeah, just a...
La La Land is not an accurate representation of LA. Although I do love the Griffith Observatory.
Yeah, Griffith is great.
Yeah, the cement thing. Yeah. You can't avoid it. You drive over it
all the time. I live quite near it.
Yeah.
Part of
Sometimes I go over to Frogtown and roller skate next to it with Elise. There's a good bike path next to it.
Could you upsell near NYC, Gabby? Yeah.
I need to go to NYC. I've only been there for work, like, once.
Oh my god.
I've, like, not done New York.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they call it a river. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Like, occasionally it'll have water in it, but no.
In like, February, March, it has a decent amount of water in it, and then otherwise, never.
No traffic musicals? Just the one, yeah.
Oh, wait, do you really want me to upsell NYC? It's the greatest city in the world. Yeah, do not go to Times Square. Holy shit.
Really?
Do not go to Times Square. Unless you're seeing
Is Times Square New York's Hollywood?
Yes, but it's way nicer because Disney owns all the buildings now.
I was gonna say, I thought it was, like, not shitty, though.
So they cleaned it all up, but it's just...
Because Hollywood is gross.
There is nothing to... There's no reason to be in Times Square. There's literally no reason. Unless you were walking to work and you're an actor, or you work on Broadway, or you're going to a Broadway show.
Is it... Are the Broadway theaters in Times Square, or are they, like...
Some of them are.
Off Times Square? Okay.
Some of them. Well, Times Square is not an actual... It's like a neighborhood, kind of.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just that, like, area with the big...
That area's really huge, though. Oh, and then there's, like, streets that offshoot it, but those are also Times Square, kind of.
Huh.
So I don't think any of them are directly on the avenue, but they're on those off streets. But that's still Times Square.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just,
It's like the one American city of the big ones that I don't know really anything about.
Yeah, Times Square is shit. I love it. Do not go to Times Square. It's shit. Yeah, it's way nicer than Hollywood, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But it's just like there's literally no reason. All the restaurants are bad. Like, if you want to eat good, go to Hell's Kitchen, which is like right there. It's like 2 blocks away.
Hell's Kitchen is like Skid Row, where it used to be really scary, and now it's like artsy and weird.
Yeah. That's because it used to be cheap, so a lot of actors live there.
Right.
So they could walk to work. Times Square has all those big stores, though. Yeah, like the
Does
Dylan's Candy Bar or whatever.
Well, isn't the Nintendo store there? Or whatever?
No, that's Rockefeller Center.
Oh. Is it like Hollywood Boulevard where it has like a bunch of like weird costumed freaks trying to get pictures?
Space.
Oh, okay.
There's probably a couple, like the Naked Cowboy.
Huh?
You've never heard of the Naked Cowboy?
Sounds familiar.
He's a performer, like a famous performer. Year round, will stand outside in like a Speedo and a cowboy hat and play the guitar.
Even in the winter?
Oh, also, if you see the cat man, do not take pictures. He will attack you.
What?
There's a man who wears a cat. He has a cat that sits on his head.
Oh,
and he just walks around. Yeah, and if you try to take a picture of him, as if he's not a man, he acts like he's not a man with a cat on his head, and he just will scream in your face and attack you. So don't do that.
Love it. I love it. Aren't they supposed to start streaming? Or that's at 1?
Good question. Damiani's a little late. That's at 1.
Oh, okay. Well, do we want to keep hanging out, or do we want to...
I'm having fun.
Okay.
We can do whatever, though.
Well, I gotta take a research break. I'll be back in a minute.
Honestly, like, the Met... all the museums in New York, that's where you should go. Museum Mile is right along the park. It's on 5th Avenue. And it's the Met, the Guggenheim, the, like, Transportation Museum or something. But yeah, there's a ton of museums on there, and it's, like, the best. There are people in Batman costumes in Times Square. Yeah. Oh, there are. Okay. I just don't quite remember. Oh, the High Line! That's pretty new, though. The High Line's really nice. I've never been up the Empire State Building. I used to work right next to it, but... Upsell New York City pizza. It's just the best in the world. It's the New York water. And it makes the tomatoes taste better. It makes the cheese taste better. It just makes the bread taste better. The same with the bagels. Like it's the New York water. It tastes so good. So that's my upsell on New York pizza. And you just go to like a hole in the wall. Truly, just walk. Like sometimes there's straight up a window. And you can go in, but you don't need to. You just order a cheese slice or another type of slice, and it's like, And then in the morning, you get a bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel. And it's like, you go to any bodega, get a bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, and it's, so good. So good. Or just cream cheese on a bagel if you don't eat meat. Never do chain, yeah. Except Familia's is okay, but that's like a New York specific one. Wait, someone asked me about Pikmin. Did it go away already? I'm 45 hours into Pikmin.
Whoa. I didn't realize Pikmin was so long.
I'm 100%ing every area.
Oh.
I'm obsessed with it. If a single Pikmin dies, I rewind, because if any of my Pikmin die, I will kill myself.
Yeah. That's why I can't even play that game.
I see you're a fellow Answer in Progress video enjoyer. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, the water bagels in New York must be a thing, because there's a place here that's called Brooklyn Water Bagel. And they like...
I think it's Brooklyn Water Bagel.
Right.
Yeah. Not Water Bagel.
Brooklyn Water Bagels, whatever. But yeah, they like take water from Brooklyn and make bagels out of it, and it's like good.
Yeah, New York water is incredible.
That's weird. I love that.
Yeah, it tastes so good.
My mother-in-law was like, the water in LA is terrible.
It's nasty. Don't drink out of the tap ever.
Just because it's so processed, or what? Like I'm so used to it.
It's like.
I mean, I don't drink out of the tap. I have a Brita, but like, yeah.
Yeah, there's a pizza place here that ships their tomatoes in from New York.
Oh, funny. Did I peter out on Zelda? Kinda. I don't know. I'm having like a pre-midlife crisis, man. I don't know.
Oh.
Just kind of over it.
11 words. They did an in-depth video that's almost literally titled "Why New York Pizza Tastes So Good." I've actually
Whoa.
never seen that, but I'll watch it.
That sounds good.
Oh yeah, that is it. It has tiny shellfish in it.
LA's water?
No,
does?
New York water. That's why it tastes so good.
What?
I'm shocked I'm not allergic to it then.
Wait, what?
Like microscopic shellfish.
And that's good?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't taste like fish.
Well, obviously, but like, what? Huh. New York, everything is incredible. A New Yorker. Kind of true.
Welcome to my drink. I'm I'm in a perpetual existential crisis. Welcome to my drink.
Yeah, same core.
I'm trying to think of what the Met is what I recommend literally everyone go to.
Okay.
It's the best museum.
Yeah, what would I like
Period.
in New York? The Met.
You like museums?
Yeah. They make me very tired, though. I get like
Museum feet?
there's a certain kind of tired you get from going to a museum that's unlike any other kind of tired.
And the Met is enormous. It's
Yeah.
like literally impossible to see everything in a day.
Yeah. MoMA, yeah. Goob.
Ooh! NYC's water contains tiny shrimp called copepods. These microscopic crustaceans are not actually harmful at all and are instead used to clear the water of mosquito larvae. Maybe.
That's why they don't have Orkin. That's why they're not.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
I
why
was
they're
just about to say
yeah,
that.
that's why they're not the #1 mosquito city, dude. Because New York should be over LA.
MoMA and Guggenheim. Yeah, Natural History Museum is amazing.
Friends of mine got married in the Natural History Museum out here,
Right,
and
yeah.
it was gorgeous.
It's a beautiful. The one in New York is it's just bigger. I mean, it is really amazing.
Is that where they filmed Night in the Museum?
Some of Night in the Museum, yeah. That's what it's based on.
New York is #3 on the Orkin list. So
Guggenheim
what I'm
and
getting
MoMA
from this
are-
list is just big cities have more people,
More
and
people,
thus
therefore-
higher Orkin
yeah.
more.
And also, big
This is-
cities have wealthier people.
Yeah, this is a scuffed list.
Guggenheim and MoMA are good, but you have to pay to get in, and it's pay what you will at the Met.
I tend to pay for museums.
Yeah,
I'll throw them some money.
yeah, but you can pay a penny or whatever at the Met.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. Please give them more money, but Guggenheim and MoMA can be a little pricey.
What are we talking?
I don't remember because I haven't been in a really long time. But the Guggenheim is super cool.
The Guggenheim.
Hoim.
The Guggenheim.
The Museum of the City of New York. That's a great museum. There's like an African art museum that opened up in the last 10, 15 years. That's really good.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
What
I know. I
other than
agree here.
museums?
They should be publicly funded. Huh?
What other than museums should I do in New York?
What do you like to do when you travel?
I don't know.
That will help me.
I mean, I want to see a play in Broadway.
Oh yeah, okay.
I want to see, I want to see New York. I want to experience New York. Like what I like to do when I travel is usually I go places where I have friends.
Yeah.
And I see them, and then we go out to what's a nice restaurant you like.
Yeah, that's the other
that
thing.
kind of thing.
Mostly people, when people are like, "Oh, what should I do in New York?" I'm like, "Eat."
Yeah.
Just eat. Did you get to go to the Statue of Liberty before they closed it to the public?
They
It's
closed
still
it to
open.
the public?
No, it's still open. Oh, you mean to the inside?
Oh.
They closed that in 1920, I believe.
So did you?
No, unfortunately,
Oh, okay.
I
That's too
didn't.
bad.
I didn't make it.
Yeah.
I used to be able to go up to the top, but I think
Yeah.
it was too windy, so they closed it. It was crazy windy. I did go to the Twin Towers though.
The what?
I went to the top 2 years before.
Dallas Fort Worth is #5, Houston is #9, San Antonio is #39, and Austin is #46. On the mosquito list, the scuffed Orkin mosquito
Oh,
list.
the Bronx Zoo.
Oh.
That's another good one. The Central Park Zoo is a little sad, but it is...
Zoos have a tendency to make me sad. Zoos that aren't Animal Kingdom have a tendency to make me pretty sad. Even San Diego Zoo, the one that everyone loves, I'm just it smells and it's kind of depressing.
I'm googling when they closed. When did they close?
Yeah, is Minneapolis on this fucking list? Because, like, where I grew up, there are mosquitoes the size of jets that'll, like,
yeah, July
knock you
30th,
out.
1916. They closed the Statue of Liberty.
So, no, she didn't get to do it. I had never really heard of the Twin Towers before 9/11.
Really?
Yeah.
The Botanical Garden, that's another
Ooh,
one.
I love that.
And it's right next to the Bronx Zoo. I wouldn't do them in the same
21?
day.
This is a weird list, man. This is a scuffed list. This list makes no sense. I've been bit by more mosquitoes in Minnesota and Wisconsin than, like, anywhere else in the world.
I will check your phone. Yeah, the botanical gardens are amazing, and in winter, because all the flowers are dead, they have like beautiful light displays. I went last year with my parents, and it was really, really fun. The zoo can also be fun in the winter. They have like special winter events. Yeah. Going to get tea. The Plaza's too expensive, but there's like other places you can go get tea in New York. I did that with my mom. The financial district is pretty boring. It's cool to see the Bull, but
That's where
and
I
Wall
was.
Street.
When I was there, I saw the financial district, and that's it. And I was trapped in a hotel room editing.
Yeah.
Thanks, bruh.
Ooh, that is cool. Malco Bracklin, New York. Are you in Brooklyn? The Queens Museum has a to-scale model of NYC in its entirety.
Oh, wow.
That's really cool. I think I've been to that one. Oh, I love, Museum of the Moving Image. My dad went to like a video game exhibit there the other day. Yeah, shopping, of course. It's cool to see like old New York, like the downtown, like way downtown area. And Central Park, of course. I actually went to Prospect Park for the first time, like a month ago. For my friend's wedding. She got married at the Brooklyn or the Prospect Park Boathouse.
Prospect Park.
South Street? Ellis Island is cool. The Statue of Liberty is cool.
It's always so funny. What was I going to say?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. I started that, then I was like, huh? Now I need to upsell Chicago?
It's cold.
Well, yeah, don't go in the winter. It's beautiful year-round, but it is the coldest. Don't believe Hubert. Like, SF is chilly. I would say SF might be the chilliest
windy.
place in the world, because you don't expect it to be chilly.
Yeah, that's fair. The chilliest place in the world. I like that.
Is SF. Because, like, you look out the window and it's sunny, and then, you're wearing shorts.
Not Rikers. Oh my god. That's a good joke.
Chicago. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Chicago will cut. The wind just cuts through you like nothing you've ever experienced. And like in the winter when it's literally negative 35 degrees Fahrenheit, and like the lake effect is just like, yeah, it's insane. It's insane. But it's pretty. But it's insane. Chicago is. I love Chicago. It feels like a city in ways that LA certainly doesn't. It's windy. But it's, I don't know, it's hard to say because I haven't been there, lived there for 12 years, 13 years, but like, It's the Art Institute is great. Going to see the Bean is cool. Downtown is actually really gorgeous. Like the buildings are really pretty. There's a architectural river tour that's actually really cool. You are on a boat, and they just kind of like point out buildings to you and talk about the history of it and like the bridges and stuff like that. It's very neat. That's on the Chicago River, which they reversed the direction of. It's crazy. Walking along Lake Michigan is cool. The Shedd Aquarium is wonderful. The planetarium is really cool. The Field Museum is really great. Dark Knight made Chicago look cool, but they barely had to do anything. That's just kind of what Chicago looks like. He flips his motorcycle. I've said this before, but he flips his motorcycle off next to the door I used to go into for work every day on the Board of Trade back when I did videos for fucking financial people in Chicago. That's where I used to work. That building. Winters, I would get so depressed in the winter, man. It was not good.
What's Chicago's song?
I don't know. Where I moved almost every year when I lived in Chicago, because that's just what you do when you're, 20, I get 20s. But when I lived in different parts of the town, you would hear different music from different cars. So when I lived in Wicker Park / Humboldt Park, it's a big Puerto Rican area, so reggaeton would be constant. So every car that drove by, you'd be like, you know. But then when I lived in Roscoe Village or Lakeview or whatever, it was people drive by listening to fucking hipster trash, and it's just so it's just whatever. Chicago is as far north as Rome and Barcelona.
Whoa.
Oh.
You know, New York is on the same latitude
Longitude?
as Paris.
I always figure which one's sideways and which one's vertical. That's cool though. Blues Brothers, yeah, that's pretty Chicago-y. Those museums I listed are chill. My favorite parts of Chicago are the Pick Me Up Cafe and little stuff like that. I mean, I lived there for 10 years, or 7 years, I guess. It's good. Chicago's great. It's beautiful. It feels like a city. In New York and Chicago feel like cities. LA does not feel like a city.
Downtown feels like a city.
Kind of, but not comparatively to me. Downtown feels like a city, but it's a confusing mess.
It's so bad.
But also LA downtown is just so different to me because it's I only ever go down there for
if I absolutely fucking have to.
or if I'm going to the Alamo, or if I'm going to a restaurant or a show or something.
That's another place not to go if you're visiting.
Yeah, downtown is nothing.
Don't bother.
Don't bother. If you're in LA and you're not going to downtown for something, don't go downtown. Drive through it if you feel like it, but
But driving there is so scary.
Yeah, it's weird.
Because there's one-way streets.
Yeah, everything's one way and it's really confusing. Do I like walking around when I travel? If I'm with other people, yeah.
Love walking around.
I haven't gotten to travel globally since I transitioned, so I don't know. I think there's a lot of stuff I used to do that I probably wouldn't do now, walking around in Prague at 3 a.m, probably wouldn't do that. And certainly not alone. I had a few people, but yeah, Sophia likes walking around downtown. You just I don't know, I get nervous. I don't like being downtown alone, that's for sure. I love to ambulate.
Nice.
Yeah. It's just, it's just, unless you're taking pictures or something. What European city would I go to if given a chance? I have a bunch I want to see. I loved Prague. I liked Vienna well enough. Vienna kind of felt just kind of like Chicago at the time, which is kind of interesting.
Whoa.
Yeah, well, obviously there are parts that are historic and way more interesting than Chicago, but I came off the train and there was an H&M, a McDonald's, and an Old Navy, and I was I'm literally on the Miracle Mile or the Magnificent Mile, in Chicago right now. Like, this is the same.
When we landed in...
which was very funny to me.
when
Tokyo wasn't amazing, not European, but...
Sick.
Sorry, go.
Oh, when we landed in London, and we were, like, driving to our hotel, or in the cab to our hotel,
Yeah.
I was like, this just looks like Queens.
Yeah.
Like, it looked exactly like the drive to my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I guess that makes sense, you know, New York modeled after
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
rural, not rural, but...
The ones I'm
Suburban.
excited to do are, once my fucking passport is sorted out and all that, gonna do, like, a big Europe, like trip. Gonna hit,
That'd be
like,
awesome.
Oslo. I really want to spend a lot of time in Scotland, see Aberdeen. I've got friends in Aberdeen. Hit, you know, I want to do just kind of all of Scotland. Want to see Ireland. Want to go to Port Marion in Wales. Want to see London. I've got a friend in London, so I want to see her and see London a little. Sophia went to college university in London, so she could probably show me around some. Hit that, go down to Spain, hit Marbella, you know. I want to do that kind of thing sometime here. But otherwise, I've been to Austria. I've been
Come to Glasgow, I'll buy you a drink.
Hell yeah.
When
I travel, I tend to not want people to know. Mostly because one dude...
Thanks for the resub.
Thanks for the resub. Barcelona, yeah. Barcelona. Mostly because there was a guy in...
Barcelona.
There was a guy somewhere in Europe that would, like, tweet me a thing every day at 11 a.m. Every Friday at 11 a.m. That started chill. And this was a few years ago, so it was, like, before I transitioned or anything. But, like, he would tweet me this thing, like, and it started with, like, hey, love your stuff, whatever, like, videos or whatever, every Friday at 11 a.m. And then, like, they got weirder and weirder and weirder, and I started more getting creeped out or whatever. And, yeah, so I don't know. I don't intend to advertise my location.
Well, you don't have to advertise your location. But
I mean, I don't think I'll do but I don't think I'll do, like, a meetup or whatever. But, like, yeah, it was fucking weird. And it was just, like, yeah...
oh my god, who was it said come to Greece?
Is it called Xing now? Like, what are they gonna call it? Like, it's so stupid that they changed that fucking brand. It's so stupid. So stupid. But then it's also like... But then it's just like... They then... What? Zeet?
Xeet?
What's I did? What is that in reference to?
Oh, about coming to Greece. Bad Rise said come to Greece.
Oh.
I have a friend who's from Greece. No, her parents are from Greece. They, like, have a little...
X has finally given it to us. Tweets are called posts now, really? Wow, that's cool.
It still says tweet when you click
it still says tweet. It's still called Twitter. Except for it's called X. It's so confusing. I have a Blue Sky. I have a Threads.
Threads is bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the functionality we need quite yet.
Yeah.
A friend of mine invited us.
Cut in half after for the first week.
She used to go to Greece every summer. And she was like, yeah, my family, like, has a property out in Greece. Like, if you guys ever want to come. We were like, yes! Gladly! A free place to stay in Greece? Yeah, I'd love to.
I want to see Malta because it's, like, the #1, like, safest place for LGBTQ people. On,
BTS
like,
went there
multiple
for
lists.
a TV show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really cute.
I must confess, not fully sure where Malta is. Like...
On the Mediterranean.
Yeah, that's what I thought, okay.
Yeah.
But I don't really know specifically.
Zitter. Pronounced shitter. I love
That's
that.
so funny. I've definitely reduced my posting on Twitter. I mostly do Instagram now. But... whatever. I have to keep Twitter because it's like, for work, it's important.
Yeah,
that's like how I contact other people. Oh, it does. It looks like a porn thing. It looks like a gross businessy porn thing now. Like, I honestly think... You know the island that's under the tip of Italy's boot? It's under that. Okay, sick. She mostly does Instagram. Mostly.
I want to...
Under Italy. Thank
they
you.
speak Italian in Malta? Or is it like an Italian dialect? Chat?
My sister speaks a little Italian. I don't speak any. He's trying to fuck over Twitter, right? Like...
No, I don't think so.
He's just that big of a fucking idiot.
I think he's just that stupid.
I mean, he's not... Like, he's a thief, and he just had money. Like, he's not good at business. Yeah, I'm excited to meet other Islas in Scotland and go to Isla, the island, which is spelled Isla. Yeah. But I want to go there, try some actual Scotch, Scottish Scotch. Maltese, dude. Fuck yeah.
You know why whiskey's called whiskey?
Why?
Because in
Thanks, Wild
Irish, water is ishka. So
Ishka.
it like changed to whiskey
I love
over
that.
time.
That's one of my favorite, like, factoids about human history, that caffeine basically, like, caused the Renaissance. Do you know about this?
No.
So, like, I mean, I'm sure, I'm not a historian, this is, like, third hand from a YouTube video, so, like, whatever. But, like, the Dark Ages were largely, in part due, or the Enlightenment, sorry. The Dark Ages were largely dark because they couldn't really purify water very well. So all they had was alcohol.
Right.
Like, even kids would drink, like, beer and shit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is, like, true. And so then when tea started coming over to, like, from the east, you know, then it was another way of, like, getting whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Boiling
Yeah.
water.
And so then coffee and tea had caffeine in it, and so then everyone was, like, not constantly drunk anymore.
Yeah.
And started having energy and
Right.
started, like, thinking.
People weren't like passed out on the street
people were
on
just
any
like,
given day.
So, yeah, people were, like, jazzed
The
to fucking... The buzz stages. Yeah. So, like, coffee and tea, like, basically kick-started human history.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So, yeah, thanks China, I guess, or
Yeah.
India, like, for figuring that out. Like, fuck yeah.
And whether your word for tea is more similar to tea or chai, tells you where, like, linguistically informs where you got your tea from.
So tea is from China and chai would be from India?
I don't know. Chai is definitely,
Yeah.
I don't know where.
Well, because saying chai tea is like
It's
saying
just-
ATM machine or
Yeah,
PIN
yeah.
number. It's TT.
Chai is also.
Yeah,
tea
look
in
into that
Russian.
though more. There's a lot more information than I just gave.
Yeah.
But like, broad strokes, yeah, that's, I think,
People go wondered and started philosophy.
straight up, like,
Yeah,
yes. Like,
yeah.
actually, yes. That's why, like, the Enlightenment happened. Girl Talk Afternoon, baby, that's what's up.
Chai is.
I do want chai also. I think I'll go get one after this.
Chai is also tea in Russian.
Okay.
Cha is tea in Japanese and Korean.
So cha is Chinese then. So where does tea come
Yeah,
from?
where does tea come from?
My friends.
Oh, there we go. Both are Chinese. It's chai if it came to Europe through waterways. Tea is through land. What does that mean, though?
That's awesome. That's so weird and cool. Ocha in Japanese. Also Turkish.
Like matcha.
Turkish tea is really good. Tea from Tea Land, of course.
Because, wait, but matcha means, or cha means tea.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but...
I love stuff like this. I love, like...
oh, wait, but in Irish it's just tea. Sorry, I keep interrupting
No,
you.
I'm just saying, like, you're collaboratively,
Overlapping
me. I was talking about this with, Sophia and my mother-in-law about, like, I love the common threads of humanity, right?
Yes.
Where it's like, everyone has the same word for tea or chai, like similar, you know.
Yeah.
Or like studies they did with like baby sounds, like indigenous peoples who like have not had contact with like whoever the modern world,
Yeah.
quote unquote, not to say they're not modern, but like their babies will do the same things that babies everywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
Like every human being just does this thing, and like stuff like that I fucking love, where it's just like, yeah, mama is like that's generally like a baby noise for mother, and like that kind of stuff. I love that stuff where it's just
so
like
cool.
where it's just like, fuck you, no, like we're all the same shit,
And it's
like,
also
we're all
just
in it together. Fuck
common
off.
practices,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
how everyone has nicknames. Like
Yeah.
nicknames are universal.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
pets, like dogs,
Yeah.
cats. Yesterday, oh yeah, Tay. But it's I mean it comes from
Oh yeah.
the same. That's what I mean. Nodding yes and shaking head no is another one. No.
Yeah.
Some countries
do
it the other way.
but
Like in
some,
India they do that to say
yeah,
yes.
India does like this. But like a head motion
Yeah.
to indicate yes or no, like yeah, like you could do it with your hand, you know, but you don't.
Irish here, by the way. Yeah, I could tell you.
I love
my friend is
Ireland.
going to
I've never been there, but I like
a
Ireland.
Taylor Swift concert tomorrow. So she was making beaded bracelets to like give out to people in her section. People do that kind of thing, I guess.
Sure, why not? That sounds like a very Taylor Swift fan thing to do.
Yeah, they do it at K-pop concerts too. It's just a thing now.
Yeah.
And as I was making
That's cute. I like
I was helping her make the bracelets, and I was like, I feel connected to people throughout history. You know, like,
oh yeah.
because people have been adorning themselves with jewelry for all of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, I feel connected.
I love that kind of stuff. Also, just like how happy people get when, like, if you can share something culturally with them, you know, like
Yeah, even if you don't speak the same language.
yeah, like when we
totally.
were in Animal Kingdom, we were in the Africa section, and Sophia and I were looking at the wood carvings by this guy from Mombasa, and she was like, she said something in Swahili to him, and he like lit up, and he was like, oh, you, and then she was like, yeah, my dad is from Mombasa, and it's just like, you know, he was just like, ah,
Yeah. It's like
so
countries
cool.
that have like isolation languages.
Yeah.
Anytime you know a single word, they're like, "You're so good. You're so good at speaking whatever."
Yeah.
One word, they're like, "You're incredible." Like I was watching a TikTok about this guy has lived in Korea for years,
Yeah.
and he's like a black guy living in Korea. So he will like go into a store and just start speaking Korean. He speaks it basically like natively now, and as soon as he says like, "Oh, annyeonghaseyo," they're like, "Oh my god, you're so good at Korean!" And they're like, "Where did you learn Korean? You're brilliant. You're a genius."
You're amazing,
and like,
you're
okay,
amazing,
I
yeah.
just live here.
Well, yeah, and I've been trying to learn Norwegian, and like Sophia and her mom are very flattering to me. And they're like, "You're doing so well. You're so good. You're so good." And I'm like, "Okay." Like, I speak like a second grader. Like, no, they probably know more than I do by far.
You know, you'll
Swahili is beautiful.
I think you can learn Swahili on Duolingo.
I think it's on
now.
Duolingo.
Yeah. My friend went to India and played cricket with the local kids who didn't speak English and said it was the best cultural experience he's ever had. I imagine
That's cool.
that is the case. That is yeah, sports is another like universal
Yeah.
thing.
Well, and also
And
like
games.
this is the thing with like learned versus inherited behavior, right? Like, not to try to get heavy or whatever, but like, kids don't discriminate.
Yeah.
Like, they just like take you for what you are, and they're just like, awesome,
Yeah.
you're great, like, let's be friends, you know? And then like they're taught, you know, like, oh, that person's different, don't like go by them, you know? And it's just like, that's the universal human, like, humans are universally good at birth,
Yeah.
and then are just destroyed by adults. like I would say humanity is not good default. It's
Capital
probably
H.
yeah, like people,
Yeah.
like adults are probably just trying their best, you know? I think it probably averages out to neutral, you know? But yeah, bigotry is a learned behavior. Like, nurture is the enemy.
There's these, like, pre-medieval drawing. It's a, like, homework written on bark by a, like, 7-year-old Russian boy.
Really?
Yeah, and there's, like, doodles of him, like, he's, like, drawing him, and they look exactly like doodles that a child would draw.
I love that.
It's
That's
like,
so cool.
Oh, kids are the same. Like, a kid now could play with a kid.
Yeah.
From...
They don't need language, you know?
Yeah.
Because of that human, like, I swear to God, you could take a kid from Brooklyn,
yeah,
drop him into fucking wherever.
Medieval
Africa.
Europe.
Yeah, medieval Europe, medieval Africa, and they would play just the same.
Yeah. They'd be like, let's pretend we're whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they don't care.
They would get a fucking... You know how much we played with, like, sticks and dirt
Yeah, exactly.
as kids? And it was awesome? Like, you could play with, like, a fucking box, and you'd be thrilled.
You'd have so much fun.
I love that. Like, I love that kind of stuff. Like, that's the kind of stuff that, like, makes me, like, tear up or, like...
Yeah, same.
Like, when I think about just, like, human unity like that...
Yeah.
It's so great. In 4th grade, you got weird treatment because you were the only brown-skinned person. But I would assert that was because the parents handed down their discrimination to their kids. I think that if those kids hadn't... I mean, what do I know, right? I'm just some white bitch. But, like, I think that was taught to them by their parents.
I think so, too, because... I mean, yeah, okay, in, what is it, 4th grade? I feel like 3rd and 4th grade, that's when you start
to onboard
to
that
gain
shit.
that, but also you start to gain sentience of, like, oh, that person looks different than I do.
Right.
Like, there's a,
Because you literally don't have... Like, you've got object impermanence, and you can't differentiate me from others until you're, like, 3? Or something like that?
Yeah. So I understand, like... They would probably treat you differently regardless in 3rd or 4th grade, but treating you poorly, I think that's a taught thing. Kids
can be cruel.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Kids can be cruel.
Yeah.
I think the cruelty starts, 4th grade, like 3rd grade.
There's a story I love. It was from, like, 5
Your
years ago.
infant is shocked every time someone with glasses shows up. I love that.
Have you seen the videos of, like, twin dads or twin moms or whatever, and they, like, hold the baby, and the baby will, like, turn to the twin and be like... and then the twin will grab the baby, and the baby will, like, turn to the other twin and be like...
Yeah, because they don't know. They're just like, yeah. Well, there's that study, and I forget the ages. It's, like, 4 or 5 or 3 or 2 or 5 and 6, but, like... You give a scenario to a kid and you say, Molly and Simon are in a room, and Molly has an apple, and she puts it under Simon's basket. They both have baskets.
Yeah.
Right? And then Simon leaves the room. Molly then takes the apple and puts it into her own basket. They're like overturned, so you can't see into the baskets. When Simon comes back into the room, where will he think the apple is?
Yeah, okay.
Kids who can't differentiate themselves from other people will say, oh, it's in Molly's basket.
Right.
Like, Simon will know that because all people have the same amount of information. Like, I know that, so he knows that, right? Because they can't differentiate that. But then...
It's the same thing as, like, if I close my eyes, you can't see me.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And so then once they're a little older, like 5 or 6 or whatever... They'll say, well, he'll probably think it's still in the same basket that he saw it put in, because that's what he knows, right? But I was like, as an older person, I was like thinking of this experiment, because I was like, I just don't trust people. So I would think that lying bitch would steal my apple.
Steal my apple.
And put it in her fucking basket.
It's a story I love. It's from like 4 or 5 years ago or something. This little, like, blonde white boy was best friends with this, like, dark-skinned little boy in his class. Yeah. And the white boy, the black boy his head was shaved.
Okay.
And, so the little white boy asked to get his head shaved, because he was like, well, I want us to be twins.
Right.
So then when he went into class, he was like asking his teacher, like, can you tell the difference? Like, we're twins.
Right.
And like he could not tell
Yeah.
that they did not look alike at all.
Which is so sweet.
That's
like,
so cute.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's the human default, I think. Like, I hope.
Oh yeah, Zorba!
So,
I
yeah,
love those videos of a
t-shirts,
white
yeah.
kid and a black kid in like 2nd grade and they think they're twins. They think they have the same color shirt. That's
Yeah.
a different one. Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, I do think that that's, like... I don't know. I can't remember why we're talking about this. I don't know. It's just, like, that's the innate human decency that I believe in.
Yeah.
But I do think it's, like, taught, you know? Like that lady at my high school reunion who'd never met a trans person before and, like,
It's just exposure.
thought it was my cis friend, you know? And, like, she couldn't tell. She didn't know, which fucking rules for me. Not everyone is concerned with passing, but I definitely want to. And, like, she just didn't know.
Yeah.
For
it's
better
just
and for
exposure.
worse. Yeah, it's like... And I honestly think, like, the world, yeah, exposure is the problem. Like, most problems would stop if you just, like, talked to somebody. And that goes both ways. Like, at the high school reunion, you know, like, people with very different life experiences than mine. Like, some of them had been in the military, some of them had been in jail, some of them had, you know, had this and that happen to them that I haven't. Like, you know, it's just, like, enlightening to talk to people and listen to them and hear their life story and shit. And, like, just be like, oh, yeah, you've had a whole different ass...
Yeah. Every person on the street was once a baby.
Yeah.
And is now the age that they are.
I think besides, like, taught racism and stuff like that, is just that, like, the starting line is in such different places for so different people. Like, if you start in poverty, it's hard to get out of that. If you start rich...
Class mobility.
Class mobility, yeah. Like, you're likely to stay rich. Like... And I think that is obviously a huge thing that, like, people don't always kind of see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Parents are children. Parents
All
are...
the time.
Oh, you know that song too?
Yeah. I love that song.
I love that song too.
That's not... We're talking about Hold Yourself
Jesus.
by Tune Yards. Fucking incredibly powerful song.
Parents, they made us. They tried to raise us. And that's a great song.
It's basically about how, like, parents are children.
Yeah.
And, like, they lie to you even when they don't mean to.
Yeah, they
And,
were
like,
all
can't.
once children,
Yeah.
and they're still someone's child.
And then
you know?
she starts singing, I think, to, like, a baby that she needs to abort. Because she's just like, I can't do this to you.
Yeah.
It's heavy, but it's also, like... It's one of those... It's such a gorgeous song because it's really heavy, but it's also just, like, really...
The melody is...
freeing and, like, emotional and honest and
I
stuff.
agree.
Here's how to humble a rich person crash the stock market.
Big Rattler, I was born an old man.
I love that. The Curious Case of Vic Rattler. I'm sure that's funny.
Sorgla, thank you. You two have such great emotional intelligence. EQ. EQ.
Thanks. Try. Been in therapy most of my life.
I only just started therapy pretty recently.
I recommend it to everybody.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, thanks. Red
Hold
Sky,
yourself.
that's
Thank
funny.
you.
I don't know. Yeah, if there's a video, I haven't seen it. I've just heard the song.
Nerd confirmed. As a parent of 3 teenagers, I know I have no idea what I'm doing, but I try. You know what? That's important. To me, one of the most admirable things a person can do, like a quality a person can have, is when you know what you don't know.
Yes.
Like when you have the...
That's a sign of intelligence.
Yeah, when you can just say, I don't know.
When you're just, and like you're not afraid to like, people are so concerned with looking foolish.
Yeah.
Like, to me, the smartest people I know very frequently ask questions and say, oh, I don't know that. Like, because you're honest with yourself and, like, you realize you don't have to know everything. And
It's
you don't
okay,
need to know everything, and you shouldn't pretend to know anything. Like, that's the Dunning-Kruger effect, whatever. But, like, yeah. I think I had that realization, because I'm 38, right? I think. And my parents had me when they were 27 and 28.
Yeah.
And, like, I had just assumed most of my life growing up where I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll probably have kids by then. And I was like, oh Lord, like, I was a goddamn child at 28. Like, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
My parents and Breja Morris's parents had children at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, we've known each other since we were born.
Yeah.
And they were in New York City.
That's funny. One of the worst traits is denial, and then Big Brother goes, no, it isn't.
That's funny. Also, thank you for the compliment, Amir. Thank you. Yeah. My dad was, like, in his late 20s. My mom was in her early 30s. Breja and Marissa's parents were both in their early 30s.
Yeah.
They were really poor. Marissa's mom was in nursing school.
Yeah.
Breja and Marissa's dad was, an actor and a construction worker. Yeah. My dad had not graduated college yet and was like just fucking off because he gave up on college and then eventually went back. And my mom was like temping, and they were all like, "Let's have kids."
Yeah.
Let's add a child to this situation. Yeah. And my mom.
What a fucking crazy notion, right?
Like. And I mean, it was the 90s, so, like, money was worth a lot more.
Yeah, right.
But it was still New York City, which is crazy expensive.
Yeah.
My parents, at the time, lived in a 5th-floor walk-up. And, like...
That's one of my favorite New York phrases. A blank floor walk-up. Yeah.
The 5 is the limit. It's not allowed to be higher than 5. Okay. Then you need an elevator. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, Marissa said our parents had no business having children. They had absolutely no business having children.
Yeah, my dad was a doctor, like, just in residency, I think. And my mom was a pastor, you know. So, like, they knew they would probably be making money, my dad, you know. And, like, by the time I was cognizant, like, we were well off, whatever, but, like... But yeah, that's such a different kind of mentality to just be like, yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, fuck
I respect it. No shade, seriously.
My parents weren't even married. They were like, let's just have a kid. Fuck it. Who cares? Fuck it.
Fuck it. Yeah. But have kids if you want them.
If you can afford
it. I mean, well, that's the other thing is, like, back then the American lie was still true, where it's like,
yeah, you
go to school, get a job, you'll be fine. Like, that's just not the case anymore.
Yeah.
And, like, also the planet probably won't be around for much longer. Who knows? I hope we fix it.
Aliens.
It did. I think that's all fake.
I
but, like,
do too.
The one thing that gives me hope about climate change, though, is, like, during COVID, when everyone just, like, was gone for, like, 3 months.
Yeah.
Things did actually start getting better.
Yeah.
Like, the temperatures started getting a little better.
There was no smog.
Dolphins swimming in Venice canals. Like,
yeah.
Like, nature, like, it's a joke, but nature did kind of start healing.
Yeah.
And, like, that's the first time in my life where I'm like, oh, this might actually be possible, like, to fix this. But did you know, Chad, like, all these like climate saving plans or whatever, where it's like blankety blank by 2050, like climate neutral by 2050, like the Paris Accords and all that, literally have it written, they plan for some kind of technological breakthrough somewhere in the 2030s that'll just make it possible. Well, like, that's built in to the plan.
It's like that
is a miracle.
Well, that's what's annoying, kind of. It's that Onion headline that's like, climate scientists say climate technology is good to go whenever. Because, like, there is that technology, people just...
Well, they don't, yeah.
They need to test it more, and it also, like, people don't want to use it because they benefit from global warming.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah, well, they assume some kind of, like, CO2 skimming technology, like, yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. The problem is, like, different governments and different age groups just don't seem to give a fuck because they're making money. And
yeah, exactly.
They don't think
also
forward.
They think it's a scam.
And they post-reality human beings are a real enemy to saving the planet, but what are we gonna do?
Actually, my parents are getting, I think they're getting, solar panels put on their house.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Because
dope.
you can, like, sell your extra energy back to the energy
Start a
company.
nuclear winter,
It's
maybe?
basically free.
It would cool the planet off.
It would cool the planet off. Another ice age. I think of the Earth as a creature, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it literally breathes.
I mean, it's certainly a system, yeah.
Yeah. So it has a fever, you know? And it's trying to fight off
Yeah.
the fever.
We're the virus.
We are the virus, exactly.
I can taste your stink. Yeah. I mean, it's funny because, like, I was reading this thing that was, like, the recycling program kind of backfired because it, like, it put the agency on the individual when it's the corporations and stuff that are fucking everything up. But, like, everybody thinking, like, oh, if I buy this recycled thing instead of that, like, that'll be great. Like, everything will be fine. And it's like...
It's not on us.
It's not on us.
It's on corporations.
Like some whatever oil company you've never even heard of pollutes more in an hour than you do in your entire life.
Exactly.
It's just like, you know. Well, this got fun. I was hanging out with my friend who has a 5-year-old daughter, and he was saying that he talks about that to his therapist all the time, where he's just like, what did I do? Like, I have a child. I brought a child into this world. Like, what did I do?
Hi.
And he's, like, literally guilty about it. And I'm just like, holy shit.
Don't know where he is.
Okay. I'm just gonna go eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take your time.
We'll just keep
Actually,
vamping.
you don't, but we'll just keep vamping.
Girl talk.
The mics have not arrived.
One mic has arrived.
One mic has arrived. He said he would be a half hour late, but he's not. It's right on time.
Anyway. Let's talk about how humanity is good again before...
Yeah. But it all connects, you know?
It does. I don't think we're completely fucked.
I don't either.
I think...
The arc of the universe bends towards justice.
Yeah. I did believe that. I believe that less. Like, I mean, I think... I had always assumed that forward progress was happening and that, like, by the time I was, like, old, I could look at a world that was, like, largely progressive and thoughtful and kind and loving. Now I think we've been set back, like, 70 to 80 years.
It comes in fits and starts, you know? It's like 3 steps forward, 1 step back. 3 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah. Because it's like, World War II wasn't that long ago.
No.
And, like, the prototypical evil person, you know, wasn't that long ago.
Well, the year my dad was born is the year that miscegenation was legalized. So the year my mom was a 5-year-old when it became legal for her to eventually marry my dad.
Right.
Or have children with my dad.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is, like, that ain't that long.
My parents are young.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're 63 and 58.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, well, and they just, Roe v. Wade, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing, is like, yeah, civil rights were in the 60s. Like, this shit ain't ancient history. Crazy.
Well, also, it's like people put all those old photos in black and white, so it makes it feel like it's a long time ago.
Right.
But it's really not.
Right.
Like, there are people alive whose grandparents were in slavery.
Yeah, I think that...
Because if you're 100 years
out.
old right now...
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Like... But, like, and there's an upside to that and a downside to that, because it's like, look how different things are from then, right?
Yeah.
Like, you and I are on the internet, which didn't exist, talking to people, you know, all around the world about these issues freely and openly.
Yeah.
You know? and that's dank.
Whoa.
The mics have arrived. Huber has walked in and said
he
his
just said,
customary "fuck you" and left the room.
Flipped us off and then walked out.
You know, so it's like, that's pretty dank.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, yeah, slavery, there's more slaves now than there ever were in history.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, so that's my point, is like, some things are good, some things are way bad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Parents are children. Parents are children. Parents are children. So all of the time.
Yeah.
Parents, they made us. They tried to raise us. And I don't know the rest of the lyrics.
Yeah, they tried to raise us. Yeah, I don't remember the next part. It's a good song anyway.
It is a really good song.
Yeah, just don't go to the bad places. Problem is, a lot of people are born in the bad places.
Yeah. But also
quote
the
unquote bad
yeah,
places.
yeah.
Like, rough places.
But that's just where they live, you know. Wait, speaking of humanity, have you ever seen, like, connecting to humanity throughout history, have you ever seen, it's a letter an ancient Egyptian woman writes to her sister, where she's like, "Bitch, you have to make me a dress. This boy I like is coming over. I need one. If you don't make me a dress, I'm gonna fucking kill myself." It's like so dramatic and like the most sister conversation ever. She's like, "I need a dress, bitch." It's so funny.
That's so good.
Also,
I like.
Oh, go on.
Oh, have you ever seen? Does YouTube feed you these? YouTube's algorithm is straight fuck, by the way. But Letters Live, the like British actors and British actors reading letters from history. They're great. Like it'll be like Olivia Colman reading this crazy list of demands from a wife to a husband of like the various horses and estates and allowances and like waiting persons she needs, stuff like that. Like and it's written in their like time period. Like they're just reading letters.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes they're like it's a tete-a-tete. Like there was one with Matthew Barry. That's Laszlo, right? Matt Berry and Benedict Cumberbatch reading like a tete-a-tete between two like rulers, and one of them is like, "I am the emperor appointed by God, blah blah blah, get out of this city, like I'm coming, like leave now and I won't kill all of you," and like the other people are just like, "Fuck off." Like basically like, "You are a swine, you are trash," like basically, but like written in the time period. It's like so good.
I'm trying to find this letter because there's two I saw that were so funny. One was like this parent was writing a letter to his son, and he was like, "You like please come visit me," like begging his child. Like, "You keep saying you're gonna come visit and then you don't," which is like such parent behavior.
Yeah.
And then another one is
"Please come visit me."
A guy writing to basically his like local council, and he's like, "I don't have water, and or like I don't have this like water for my plants. You told me you would bring me water for my plants, and you didn't. So if I come, like, don't tell me in a he literally says like, don't tell me in a month when I come back and ask you for water that I didn't ask before, because this is me asking right now." Like, oh, humans have been the same forever.
That's the thing is like, yes, it's Father. That Mary is so good. I love Laszlo too. Sophia and I my wife, and I will watch, there's a clip on YouTube of just Laszlo pronouncing things from What We Do in the Shadows, and we watch it like weekly, and I love it so much. There's an ancient Sumerian letter that's a complaint to a merchant. Yeah, like, Letters Live is so good, and it's like exactly what you're talking about. It just like proves to you that like humans have been the same forever.
Yeah, humans
like, we've all been like just trying to get our shit done, petty little monsters from the word go. Cosmic accidents just trying to make it by. Bullshit's been around since the dawn of time, yeah.
Yeah, people have been annoyed and like angry at their government forever.
Yeah, it's just like, you told me you'd bring me water.
I'm trying to find this letter. It's so funny.
In New York City. There's a book I really like called Zen Flesh, Zen Bones, which has just like a bunch of little short Zen like parables in it. But like, yeah, there's so many where they feel super modern. The one I had it's translated and updated by Paul Reps and somebody else. But like, some of the stories are like just funny how modern they are. Like they'll make jokes like that still work, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like, this was written in like 5, you know? Like, this is like a 5,000-year-old like story. 2,000 years ago, like whatever. Oh yeah, it was Peter Capaldi. It was Matt Berry, Peter Capaldi, not Benedict Cumberbatch. Benedict Cumberbatch has done other ones, but the Matt Berry, Peter Capaldi one is what I was talking about for Letters Live. At least in ancient Greece, it was normal to be gay. Yeah, true.
It's like all that graffiti.
They didn't even
Pompeii.
think about it. Yeah. They like didn't have a conception of
straight or gay.
Yeah, they were just
like
horny.
This or I like
yeah,
this.
they were just horny and
Or
banged
both.
everybody. Like, who gave a shit? Like, that sounds fun. Like Aristotle complaining about how rude kids are now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. So good.
Let's see. Oh, if you've ever read Aaron Burr's diaries,
Oh really?
he was just like a big dork. Like he got a cast made of his face so that they could make the guy could make a sculpture.
Okay.
And he had a big pimple on his face. So he like saw the cast and he was like I hate this. Like he wrote in his diary, he was like, I look so ugly, I hate this. And there's like a story of him, he's like fixing something on a roof and he's like climbing up a ladder and he hits his head. And then when he's climbing down the ladder, he hits his head again. So he's like writing it. He's like, I'm such an idiot. And I believe he was the one who, like, behaved awkwardly in front of a woman and then was, like, sick for a week.
That's the other thing that I love throughout history with, like, art and, like, poetry, where it's just, like, the death grip that women have had over men forever. Where it's just, like, he acted a fool in front of a woman and was sick for a week. Where it's just, like, that's power, baby.
Letter. I'm trying to find these letters. They're so funny.
There was a funny thing that reminds me of at the high school reunion. I was talking to some guy from my class's wife whom I'd never met before.
Yeah.
And there was a guy in my class. Not surprising. I didn't remember most of the men from high school at all, and I remembered all of the women. Very gay, but like, there was one guy I didn't really remember, and then this wife was like, "Well, he's single now. I think he would like you, to me." And I was like, "Oh, well, I'm gay, and married." But thanks. And then she got like awkward. She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "No, that's a compliment. Like that you thought some like gruff like jock from my high school would think I was cute now. Like, great."
I found the world's oldest
Ancient
complaint letter.
doodles. That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, ancient doodles are really cute. Or the girl from
Yeah, Mozart. Like, oh, all that stuff. Like they were just like. They were like making like diss tracks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like most of classical music is like a diss track on Wagner or whatever. Like it's like, or whoever their rival was, Salieri or whoever.
You know the song "Hello My Baby, Hello My Darling"? So I found out recently that song is a comedy song making fun of the word hello, because when it was written, hello was a new word.
That's awesome,
right? Because when Alexander Graham Bell was...
which in turn like probably helped hello be popular and work. Like the irony was lost. That's crazy. Do you have more information on that?
Yeah, so Alexander Graham Bell, he was like deciding
Oh, right.
what word to
Greetings
use.
and salutations.
Greetings and salutations were like howdy or
Ahoy,
whatever.
I think.
Ahoy, yes, that was it. Ahoy.
On the phone.
And then someone was like, let's do hello. So.
And he was like, the fuck is that?
Yeah.
It's like, what sound did you just make?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
2.5 hours later, my character in BD3 is now complete. Yeah.
Yeah, when I did character creation, it took me 40 minutes, I think, or 35.
My friend Theo, more chat about humanity. My friend Theo just went to an exhibit that was a recreation. I'm finding the pictures. A recreation of the paintings discovered at Lascaux.
Okay.
Like cave paintings. And
Kids today with their hello.
imagine picking up the phone and saying, "Oh, ahoy,
Yeah, ahoy!
ahoy,
I do sometimes, actually. Ahoy, ahoy.
ahoy, ahoy." And my friend was like moved to tears by this recreation because it's like,
Oh yeah, they did the whole cave,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I heard about that.
and she said there was an area in the cave that appeared to be like a place for young artists to practice.
Oh, wow.
And like they basically figured out animation. Did you hear about that thing?
Where they would
They would,
show, yeah.
Two
like-
over each other, so then when you moved the
Oh,
lamp,
wow.
it looks like the creature's moving.
That's
like,
fucking incredible.
and she said like they realized by
Or
making,
in the flickering fire, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because they would have a fire and it would just
Exactly.
look like it's...
exactly, it would look like a GIF.
Oh, that's awesome. You said GIF.
Yeah.
We got her. We got her, chat.
It's funny how most of modern American English is because Teddy Roosevelt was bad at spelling.
It's so funny stuff like that throughout history where it's like, you know how you always see priests do like this with the two fingers?
Yeah.
That's because a pope in like 16 whenever had like arthritis or whatever in these fingers and couldn't do it. And that
Like
just,
what, this?
Yeah, I think it used to be like that or something. And it,
Whoa.
this, this might not be fully accurate, but it was something to that effect where it was just like somebody started doing it that way because that's what they could do and that
Yeah.
became the thing.
That's crazy.
Just like how all of human history is just fake and accidents
Yeah.
and like one thing led to another or one person was manipulating this or that and it's
Right.
just like that's what it is now.
like a foot was just the length of some guy's
some
foot.
king's foot. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like the system makes no sense because the system makes no sense.
A second was just like the average speed of someone's heartbeat or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Like how the weights and measures, like they have to keep, like the kilogram or whatever. Like this is more scientific, but I think it's so funny how it's like, there's a vault wherever,
Yeah.
where that just has like the kilogram, and it's like that's how much a kilogram weighs because that's the kilogram.
And you know
Like,
they
that's the thing.
and then they often will like back.
Your
like-
foot is the same length as your forearm.
Yeah.
Let me not upskirt everybody. Hang on.
Look. Look. Are you not flexible?
I'm not very flexible.
Yeah.
I started late. Ugh. Can't do it.
Look.
You're wearing a shoe.
Yeah, but it's still about the length
Here,
of my
wait.
foot.
Hold your forearm up to my
Well,
foot.
we have different sized feet and also different sized forearms.
It's about right. Chat, did I upskirt you? I'm sorry. Don't freak out. Yeah. Back to the foot stuff again. We're all freaks. We try to hide it, but we're all
Yeah.
zany freaks. No, I need to do yoga or Pilates or
Yoga.
something. I don't exercise at all. I'm bad. I don't. Who else did it just now? Yeah, who did it? Fess up.
Oh, my ankle's itchy. What were we talking? Oh, so they have to like
I don't know why they're not coming in here and doing their
basically,
stream.
yeah. They basically have to like backpedal and create like scientists to create like what the standard units of these measurements are. So they'll
Right.
be, like
Right.
a second is the length of time it takes light to move like this distance. Or
Right.
That's a standard.
Right. Yeah, they had to make standards for things that make no sense.
Shiro Mifune is 6'4".
Whoa. Yeah, I feel like that can't be true. That your foot is always
But your
the
feet
same.
are
as...
far away from your face, so they look smaller than they actually are.
Well, sure.
So, Brashiro, I bet you're...
Like a mountain. Hi!
Hey. How's it going?
Hi!
Care to start your stream?
Care to start your stream? Okay, the stream is their stream now. This stream is my stream. This stream is your stream. This stream is further.
Your arms and shoes are probably the same length.
Wait, I could
Yo,
have just
who's
used my
leaving
shoe.
gummy wrappers? Who is this?
Not me.
This seems like a Brad seat right here.
I think that was you.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
eat these.
That was somebody
I
because
did
they
not
put
eat
it.
these.
It was yesterday, and they put it into my shoe. Who was
Yesterday.
that? Or
No one
whenever,
was here.
whenever we Tuesday night.
That was you and Sophia.
It was Sophia.
Okay.
She put it in my shoe. And then I took it out of my shoe. So it's my fault. She transferred the garbage to me. That's probably awful for them.
Transferring ownership of garbage.
She transferred the ownership of the garbage. My shoe is basically the same as my forearm.
Yes.
Stop that!
Shoes.
Oh,
What
sorry,
system
Chad.
is it on?
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
PlayStation. The old PlayStation.
Okay. Have fun, boys. Thanks for joining us
Why
for
did
Girl
you add
Talk.
me for this? Am I on
For
this?
Twitter?
Oh.
Or social. Because you were always saying like, please include me, so I'm.
You're
Thank you, let me know you did the right
I
thing.
was
you're
driving, so I
included.
couldn't be more explicit. So I forgot the word stream. So I'm like, oh, she's gonna think, the guy was gonna think like, why are you tagging me for this? I'm like, because the stream, like.
No, I figured I wasn't sure if I was on it or if it was just for.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, you're not on it, but like.
We should take that Horsetails disc out of the PlayStation so it stops making insane
The
noises.
loudest noise in history.
Totally.
Parents are children.
Parents are children.
It stopped.
Huh.
Ooh.
Well, take it out anyway.
Parents, they
Yeah.
made us.
Why is it not
They
letting me?
tried to raise us.
Sometimes you have to turn off the shiny though. My PlayStation doesn't have a disc drive, so I actually have no idea. Yeah, get your skeet ready or whatever the fuck it's called.
Sorry?
Your sheet. Your X-tweet.
Oh, your Jeet.
Yeah, what's next? Zesla?
Oh. I forgot.
Tesla?
Also, Zest. There's already a Tesla Model X.
Yeah.
The
Space
joke
Rags.
is right there.
We're full screen, by the way.
Sweet.
He is a child.
Do you need to
He is a
log in or
fucking
anything?
child.
It's full screen, so they all see.
Cool.
Dude,
Dude, Expanse!
The Expanse.
It was so fun. Oh my god, it was so fun.
I loved it.
Oh,
Watch me and Huber's Expanse stream
Yeah,
from
check this
yesterday.
Double Dragon Gaiden.
Okay.
Or as Adam Sessler used to say back in the days of X-Play, Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden.
that
I'll
might
never
be
forget
more
it.
was he
accurate.
quoting the wizard?
I don't know why that always stuck in my brain.
Because
Weird
there's
shit
a-
sticks in my brain.
There's a part in the wizard when they're
Let's
going
go
to the
get
tournament.
Shy.
Ninja Gaiden.
So Hubert,
Well, I
there's a
want-
part in the wizard
Yeah.
where they're going to Video Armageddon in the
like this.
tournament,
Thanks,
and they
thank
ask
you.
what the game is that Jimmy will be playing, the kid.
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, first up he goes, Ninja Gaiden, hi! Like that. And that's probably what Sessler was
Yeah,
quoting.
Sessler grew up on The Wizard for
He
sure.
grew up on the wizard.
No doubt.
Also, like, my ears are still recovering from the Primals concert at FanFest because I didn't wear anything. I forgot about concerts. Remember?
Ooh, yeah,
It's
oh,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, I should probably put stuff in your ear. It was like
Oh,
way
yeah.
too
Boy
late.
Damiani, dude.
Yeah, I was like,
Boy
oh
Damiani.
man, that was
Did
loud.
you change the stream?
Mike and
I did.
Mike.
Okay.
I want to ask you, are K-pop concerts that loud?
Yes.
Like where you have to wear stuff.
I mean,
in
I
your-
don't, but they
Respect your
because
hearing.
remember, there's not screaming at those at the Primals
Oh.
concert, but there is a lot of screaming at a K-pop concert.
There were screaming.
But is everyone in the audience is screaming?
Do you want to? Oh, they didn't broadcast it, so.
Things are pretty much louder or quieter than John Wick. That's the
Yeah.
metric.
Pretty much, as soon as they started playing,
Genre.
everyone in the hall, like 15,000 people, started jumping up and down, like going like nuts with glow sticks. So yes.
But are people like like every
Yo, who's
Well,
this girl in the suit?
like they go nuts every time they start a song and end a song, but
Okay.
like in the
Yes.
middle they want to like hear the lyrics.
So at a K-pop concert, it's everyone is singing the whole time, and also anytime like a K-pop idol like lifts their shirt up or whatever, like does a move, does a sexy move, like everyone in the audience screams as loud as they can. And like it's all women, almost all women as well. So
Like when
it's very
Jeff Hardy
shrill.
takes his shirt off during the Attitude Era.
Except there's not a lot of women in that audience,
I
so
will-
it's pretty quiet.
People still really did. People didn't realize.
we
were
know we're
doing
still full
fishnet
screen.
'cause
We're
of
still
that.
talking. This
Yeah.
guy.
They didn't realize?
No, they didn't realize. They just thought it was weird.
If I get to interview
Good.
Sogan again, I'll ask him about them doing more like sexy moves on stage. Yeah, I'll tell him,
Wait,
like,
but aren't they musicians?
no, well, they're like,
Musicians are sexy.
Right, I know, but
they're
aren't they
rock.
like...
They're guitar. They got guitars. And
Oh,
they're like a
okay.
rock
It's
band.
the rock band
Rock.
version.
Yeah, they rock.
Ah, okay.
So I'll be like, hey, I got some feedback. You get some requests. Can you guys be more sexy?
Can you guys lift up your shirt to reveal your
Yeah, lift up your
abs?
shirts a little bit.
Like in the first night for BTS, Jungkook is like the most popular one. He and he's the youngest. He's like he had a wardrobe malfunction, so his like shirt opened up a little bit to reveal his chest and abs, and the audience is the loudest noise I've ever heard. It was like thunderous screaming. Like I feel bad for the people who live near SoFi.
That's so funny.
Great.
Alright.
Alright.
Have fun with your
you
ninja
coming back?
Gaiden. Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in the other room and play Baldur's Gate 3.
That game.
I'm gonna eat lunch. Come with me. I wanna go downstairs where I'm afraid.
To Soba?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
I was
For you, yeah,
not
for you.
saying it.
There you go.
That's not the name of what it is anyway. I have to tweet. Hold on.
So go ahead and
Hop in.
yeah, let's go.
Wait, I want Chad to see that.
It's on your
one.
accounts, right? So
On-
you got
Sorry, is this
Move
your
up
seat?
front, Hubert.